Welcome to episode 78 of the Pack Life Podcast. I'm your host, Bruiser Carter, along with my family. Assignment we got Mr. Damon Geist, my cousin.
What's up?
Diagonal with me, we got my brother, Mr. Cut Carter. And last but not least, we got Dad himself, Mr. Jalen Benjamin.
Sir. Hey, let it be noted I was the first arrival today, too.
He was the first arrival today. He was. Gentlemen, how are you guys doing today?
Also started late, so we gave you time to show up.
Did start late.
Feeling great, man. Feeling great.
Mine's great.
Today.
You said what?
We got plenty to cover today.
Oh, yeah. So it's really a lot, low-key. How you doing, Cut Carter, with the Pack merch on?
Doing good. Just day by day, man. Day by day.
JB, you good? Watching the game? Say Daniel Jones suck?
Yeah, man. I'm blessed, man. I ain't got no complaints. Daniel Jones is trash.
I got you. I'm well. I'm living. For a change of events. We're gonna start with football, not basketball. Been a minute since.
Hold up. Before we even get started, how about a round of applause for our host, the man behind the Pack Life Pod, for his interview with Blackish, man. How about a round of applause?
Oh yeah,
make sure y'all go watch that. On the PACT TV page. Go watch it. Run it up.
Link right here.
Right
here.
And then no, I gotta shout you out again. The man got us grueling. Now it's all about you. He also will be interviewing vice presidential candidate. Well, not interviewing, but he'll be covering vice presidential candidate. Oh, interview or covering? Which one?
Covering. It's covering. I don't think I'll ask a question. I might though.
Covering vice presidential candidate Kamala Harris tomorrow as well. You know what I'm saying? So that means.
I'm well on his way.
It's one way to be the golden child, but you ain't have to show me up by this much.
I'm just like you, man. We both bleed the same blood. You feel me?
Nah. Well, you make it, I'll make it.
Oh yeah, it was dope interviewing Blackish, Anthony Anderson, Lawrence Fishburne, Marseille Martin, Miles Brown, Marcus Schneiber from Blackish. Jennifer Lewis was supposed to be there, but she didn't show up due to scheduling conflict. Also, it's dope. They just throw me like blessings and opportunities. So I'm just grateful and humble for the opportunities that are just coming, So I appreciate y'all boys shouting me out. I'm humble, so I don't like talking about like my success in public. So I appreciate that.
Like Odell, buddy.
You deserve it, bro. You deserve it, 100%.
All right, so let's start with football. We gotta start with the news that shook the sports world. Let me mute this conversation real quick. That boy Tua Tagovailoa will be starting for the Miami Dolphins, not this week as the Dolphins are on a bye, but next week as he takes over the 3-3 Dolphins, where Ryan Fitzpatrick was the starting quarterback, and it became a bit of a shock. People were surprised they made the move because the Dolphins has a chance to compete and make a potential wild card play. So it shocked people. So who wants to go first? Jalen, you are a Tua Tagovailoa apologist, so I think I should start with you. How do you feel about the Tua move, man?
Man, I love it, man. Why not get a young guy the keys early, man? While the team is in good spirits, everyone seems to be clicking. He just needs to come in and do his job. You know what I'm saying? We know what type of talent Tua has. It's Joe Burrow. You know what I'm saying? He's up there with Joe Burrow. I think he'll go out there and make some noise, bro. Like, a lot of people are saying, like, why go and disrupt what they had going on? But at the same time, we know Fitz is not long term. Why not let the young guy come in there, get some reps, learn from his mistakes, win some games? He gonna lose some, of course. Nobody's expecting him to go and just make the playoffs. But I'm gonna be on record saying this. I wouldn't be surprised if they slid in there though.
Slid in spot. The 7th spot, the newly unveiled 7th spot.
The 7th spot. I wouldn't be surprised, but you know what I'm saying? Hats off to Brian Flores, man. Black coach down there. This is a gutsy call, and I think it's going to pay off for him. You can bet on Tua, bro, 100%.
Damon, do you agree with him? 100%? Do you think this is a good move?
I do like the move. I do want to give a hats off to Brian Flores. I like the way the Dolphins are looking. When you play a team like the Jets, you do exactly what they did. You put your foot on their neck and you shut them out. They also looked good against the 49ers when they put the brakes on them as the road team. So when I look at the Dolphins, I think he made the right call. They're 3-3. This is the best position I think they'll be in all year. Yep, Golden Tate touchdown.
Yeah, just one.
But I definitely think when you look at that, they made the right move, and I'm excited to see what Tua does. But we had some wild things go in the group chat, like, oh, he's offensive player of the year already, offensive rookie of the year already, and he has Russell Wilson and Mahomes type. Like, no, too soon. He threw two throws against the worst team in the NFL, and I can't believe those words were uttered. Can we just pump the brakes a little bit? We're excited to see him play. Like, it's going to be his week 1. So we're excited to see him play. But that's it.
Your man got the potential to be like them boys, but I agree. It is a little early.
Y'all didn't say potential. Y'all was saying he's going to be Russell Wilson. No. He's going to be Mahomes. That was crazy.
First and foremost, I didn't say none of that.
But since the person is not, defend it. I'm sorry, you got to defend it since Mason not here.
What I think of Tua, I think Tua has the potential to be a transcendent guy like Rodgers or a Russ, but you know what I'm saying? He got to perform. He got to put tape on the field, bro.
So I'm gonna play. Before I give it to Clay, I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate real quick. Do y'all think he is fully healthy? And B, when he was in Alabama, he had loads of talent with Judy, Ruggs, Waddle, Smith, Irv Smith Jr. They always produce offensive tackle. Najee Harris is there. Damian Harris is there. Any Alabama running back, there are 5. They produce running backs. You don't think it's just a product of Nick Saban's system that Tua is this good?
No, Tua is just this good. That has nothing to do with his. I mean, okay, yeah, he had the weapons, but you can look at any quarterback that performs at a high level, and they always have some type of weapon. They always have a plethora of weapons. Look at Trevor Lawrence. He has weapons. Look at Joe Burrow. He had weapons. The list can go on and on and on. I'm telling you.
I think the difference is we saw those guys make those weapons. We say, this guy has
Justin and Trevor had the least amount of weapons out of all of them.
Joe and Trevor.
Tua's definitely on the different
Justin and Trevor.
pedestal.
Oh, Justin Fields.
Mm-hmm. Justin Fields. Okay. That's fair.
He don't really he kind of, he do it with his legs a little bit more than they, but he can still throw, but I'm just saying he got the option to run because he don't have his weapons aren't on that level. At least we don't know them now. If they eventually will be. But I think for LSU, that's another thing. For LSU, it was like people didn't know who Justin Jefferson was till after this season.
I mean, that's true, but at the same time, that boy still went out there and balled. You can't say that's all on Joe Burrow.
But that was after a season, an off season of working together and gelling.
Yeah, because he was average.
He wasn't gas. Nobody expected him. Like, he came in as a 2-star, bro. He wasn't expected to be this good. And now, as you can see, they're that good. Clyde Edwards-Helaire was like a 2-3 star.
Wait,
if you look at the rookie list for most tackles, LSU.
I'm looking it up.
2-star, 3-star. Most yards for a rookie, 2-star, 3-star. Most yards for a quarterback, Joe Burrow. Most receiving yards, Justin Jefferson, 2-star. So it's like, that's why I really don't really care about stars. Either you good or you could be taught. You know what I'm saying? You could learn to be better. You could work to be better.
24. Exactly. It's all about the program. Sports had Joe as a 4-star.
So Joe was a 4-star. And he got recruited by Ohio State. So he's not like, I'm not saying Joe a bum by any means. I'm just saying Joe went to a team that nobody expected to do anything. It was like, oh, y'all got our transfer. Y'all won't be good. Y'all just lost to Notre Dame or the year before or whatever. Didn't we lose? What's the bowl game we lost when he played?
That Joe played?
Florida, we won that game.
We beat UCF.
Game was it?
Yeah, and then after that, he turned it up a notch though.
Bro, nobody expects LSU to be sorry. LSU is one of the best programs in college football.
I'm not saying like it's a bad program. I'm just saying like everybody still expecting us. Why is every year that everybody says, "Oh, it's Bama's division"? It's Bama's division to lose.
That is true.
Well,
nobody ever says the LSU division to lose. It's always Bama. Bama always top 3 in recruiting classes. Georgia always top 3 in recruiting classes. It's the same schools getting the Clemson. Yeah, Clemson, Georgia, Bama.
Yeah, OSU. Yep.
LSU don't be up there. Nobody mentions them. That's my point. Not so much they can't get better or be better. It's the fact that nobody accounted for us.
Like every year, every
Man.
season we come into
Because
college
every year as an
football.
LSU fan, we say the same thing. I think this all year we finally gonna get Bama. We said it. You know what I'm saying? So
Every year we come into college football is always Clemson. People always say Clemson, Bama, Ohio State, and who's gonna be that next team? That's like what they say coming into the playoffs. Getting back
Florida.
It used to be like, who was the other ACC team before Clemson? It was like
Florida State?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
I think it might
Florida
have been
was
Louisville
Florida
that one time, that 1 year. But it's like it's a cycle though with the ACC.
Yeah.
But right now it's just Clemson though. It's like nobody's giving them a run for their
6
money.
years there ain't been no cycle.
Florida State used to be like that, boy.
Jameis played, that's what I'm saying. That was a long time ago.
That was 2014.
That ain't that long ago.
13.
They fell from grace for sure though, but
Yeah,
it ain't been that long.
Miami, when the last time Miami been good?
This year.
They won last week. Clemson beat their ass. Clemson beat their ass, didn't they?
Miami has beat Clemson for a long time.
They played last week. I know that was the game of the week.
They blew them
probably,
off. They blew them off.
Clemson won.
Yeah, they blew them off.
Close.
How you feel, Derek? You think they should have started 2, or do you think they should have let Fitzpatrick?
I think there's always been a plan. It was always who's going to be our starter when he's healthy. I think they went precautionary route with him and was like, let you sit behind Ryan, let Ryan manage this. And Ryan said he's heartbroken. I feel for him because you 3-3, you usually lose your job, especially as a white quarterback. You don't really see too many.
I've seen it before. Kurt Warner won 9 games with the Giants and they put Eli in. It happens.
Look how it worked
you always
out.
gonna go with you always gonna go with the young talent. It happens before.
It happened with Herbert and Tyrod too. Just his injury. Tyrod.
That's what I said. It expedited the process.
Yeah,
I mean, again, if you draft the quarterback, it's everybody that drafted quarterback except the Packers.
Because they have Aaron Rodgers. They have Aaron Rodgers.
Why would you? That's why.
Why would they draft one? When you draft
the quarterback first round, they're expected to get some PT eventually. Like, so I don't know what that means for Aaron Rodgers. It probably means nothing, but it's just the waste of a. It's just not smart.
It might. We're gonna hold on. Yep, keep going. My bad.
But look. I'll put it like this. Like Jamon said, we've seen it before, but it's when somebody's winning, it just looks worse than when they're losing. Like they was 0-6, everybody be begging for. Like Baker didn't start from off the rip.
Tyrod got hurt, then he played.
Brett Favre.
Well, they started 0-3.
Brett Favre got replaced by Rodgers, but I think that was like Alex Smith got replaced by Mahomes. I mean, it happened. Alex Smith got replaced by Cap.
That was a year though.
Alex got replaced by Kaepernick.
Alex Smith got replaced by Kaepernick.
Alex Smith.
Yeah, Alex Smith got the in the stick multiple times.
I do want to say I saw a tweet that said hats off to Josh McCown and Fitzpatrick on leading a generation of quarterbacks. Every quarterback that they've mentored is not on that elite level, but I do want to give hats off to Alex Smith as far as mentoring because he got Kaepernick to a Super Bowl. Well, not got Kaepernick to a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Kaepernick elevated that team to a Super Bowl, and Mahomes now has a Super Bowl under his resume under the guidance of Alex Smith. So just hats off to Alex Smith.
And I mean, I'm not against it. Like I said, it was always. I felt like he had a bad hip injury, an injury that most people don't. Well, you can come back from, but it's like you're never the same. So it was just a bad injury. And if you rush him out there week 1 and he get cracked by a good, all the teams they played, Bobby Wagner could have hit him. Somebody could have got him. So when their first game against the Rams, that's a test there. You're gonna know if you could take a hit after that game.
Even if
Perfect
as we welcome in Mr. Johnny Morris. What's up, John?
What's up, y'all? Hey man, I like the turtleneck, man. I see you. You're killing it right now.
You feel me? But like I think even with them adding Tua in there, I don't think that hurts their chances to beat the Rams next week.
No, I don't think it. I think he's better. I can't say. Well, I feel like he's gonna be better than Ryan Fitzpatrick. I don't know if it's gonna be first game. Plays better than him, but he's like we know in the long run where he's expected to be better than him. Period.
Yeah.
And then it's like why throw him into the fire next season, week 1. We can throw him to the fire now because you're not expected to win shit. That's how I feel. They don't think they're gonna win. So it's like they 3-3. Mm-hmm. If he come out there and stake up the joint, no, bro. The Patriots when the Patriots hit their stride, and the Bills I think the Bills gonna make the playoffs too. So it's like I didn't see no space for him to really get in the AFC.
The Patriots hit their stride.
Yeah,
as of right now, the Dolphins sit at 500, 3-3, second in the division. The Bills have not looked good of late. I definitely think I think in recent memory, Brian Flores is the best coach from the Belichick coaching tree.
No.
So
yes. Who?
Mike Vrabel.
Mike
Yo,
Vrabel.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
As far as Brian Flores, I really liked what I've seen in Miami this year. So I'm not saying anything as far as them not believing they could win. Fitzpatrick is incredibly streaky. They knew he would get hot at some point, and that's why they've been able to go on this run. They won back-to-back games. So I think they're in prime position to believe they can win the division, and that's why you bring in a guy like Tua who can bring that energy. Because while Fitzpatrick brings good, energy to the locker room, and we hear that with all the teams he's been on, there's nothing like a young quarterback who gets guys going, who's also been in a winning program and knows what it takes to win.
I will also add that the Dolphins are 0-2 against winning teams and 3-1.
They didn't play nobody good when they won them last 2 games. They played the Jets. I think
the Niners are a good team. They just are struggling.
I think the Niners are overrated, but the Niners got right against their division rival. So I feel like them games you can't really they're gonna play them differently than they play anybody else. Always. Right. Division games always are different to me.
John,
the Niners are on your schedule as well.
Ass whooping.
John, do you think Tua should have started? Do you think they should have waited before we move off this topic?
Yeah, coming into the season, they didn't have aspirations of winning the division. Probably didn't have aspirations of going to the playoffs. But I will say that AFC this year has looked underwhelmingly weak. Like they're not the power conference that I went. Like they never are the power conference. It's always the NFC. But the AFC, adding that extra seed is like you really open that doorway for the Dolphins to make the playoffs. And I think it sucks for Ryan Fitzpatrick because he was having a great year, but he knew that he had to be extraordinary, damn near perfect, in order for him to keep the job all the way for the entire season. So bringing Tua in with his week 6, week 7, where you're 3-3 and you are basically like at the beginning of the season, you 500. So it's a chance for him to really show what it is that he's been drafted at number 7 for. And I'm just looking forward to him balling out. I think they're going to go and make the playoffs. They could win the division still too.
Got you. Staying in. Got you. You good? You good?
Yes, sir.
All right. I don't got them in the division for sure.
Staying in the AFC, we got I won't say a blockbuster trade, but it was a notable trade. Yannick Ngakoue traded to the Baltimore Ravens. I was in one of my fantasy football chats, and we were discussing why did they make this trade? Somebody pointed out that the problem with Baltimore is they can't get a pass rush on Patrick Mahomes. So you go add Yannick Ngakoue to get more pressure on Patrick Mahomes. And they gave up a 3rd-round pick for this draft, and next year's draft they gave up a 5th-round pick. Did you guys like the move? Do you think this makes the Ravens better? I start with John looked away.
Do I think the move made them better? Yes, 100%. And reports have said that they wanted Ngakoue since the Jags had him on the block, but at that time he was too expensive. Some of that money now goes to the Vikings books. I really don't know what sense it made for them to make the deal, especially with them putting Danielle Hunter on IR for good this year, and he has to get neck surgery. But I'm just not really sure what's going on in Minnesota. There could be a fire sale. We know they're in cap problems with Kirk Cousins and everything that is tied up. But as far as Baltimore, I mean, they're all in, and they also signed Dez to their practice squad, and we've heard people talk about AB, but it starts for them on the defensive end, and their GM has done a really good job of bringing guys in for little to nothing. Calais Campbell, Marcus Peters, who ended up last year as an All-Pro. You still have Marlon Humphrey, who just signed a contract extension, and it just really kind of surprises me how good that they still are able to be. And they cut Earl Thomas, a All-Pro, Pro Bowl Hall of Fame safety, and there's been no drop-off. So hats off to the Ravens. The rich get richer, and they get better. So this will help them in the long run.
I'm going to go to Derek next. Before I give it to you, Derek, what do you think they should have spent this 3rd-round pick on, their offense? Go get a receiving talent like Randall Cobb or another receiver that's in the that's on another team rather than just build up your defense that's already your strongest. That's your strongest side anyway, so I build it up more, basically.
I think the offense is run-based regardless. There is a run-based offense. They don't want to throw the ball unless they have to throw the ball for real. They win more games when they're running than when they do when they're throwing. So that's what I think that goes to. But I don't think they're done yet. If it comes to that by that trade deadline, they all right, bro, we need another receiver. They signed Dez, but people was hyping that up, but Dez is on the practice squad. Dez is not on the active roster. It's It's basically like show me what you got. We might bring you up if somebody get hurt, or if you could look good and they provide what, we're gonna mess with you. But as far as adding Yannick got traded to Minnesota. I don't think he was really happy to go there. I think he was just happy to get out of Jacksonville. And now he's sending him back with Calais Campbell, who he was mentored by with the Jags. And now he's putting them with all them Florida boys and all that, the whole little trust, big trust and everything they got going on.
Whoa.
Put him with them. He's excited now. It's like this is the closest thing he's getting to that Jacksonville team that went, when they were good, when he was with Leonard and Jalen Ramsey and all them boys. Yeah. So it's like, I was with the Jags. They 1-5 now this season. I was with the Vikings. They 1-5. I wasn't having a good time. I'm still me. And he wasn't out there with Daniil. I was actually forgetting that Daniil wasn't playing. So that really hurt him too. Because if you had Daniil on the other side, it like open it up for you. But now you got Calais Campbell. You got him. You got what's her name?
Patrick Queen. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry.
Judon
and is one more dude. I forgot what they play 4-3 though. They play 3-4. So it's like, but either way, now you got them with all them linebackers, like you said, Patrick Queen. Corners are good. The safety's playing better than I thought. Without Earl, they was gonna look bad on the secondary. They don't look that bad. So,
or when you're loaded with Jimmy Smith, like Damon said, Marcus Peters, Marlon Humphreys, the boy not gonna be
all pro first team corner.
It's not gonna be that visible.
YSL loaded.
That's what I said. So I think it's a good move for the Ravens. I think every move they make should be targeted at the Chiefs. That's their
being the Chiefs.
That's who they look. That's the only person they're looking up to. Like,
I just hope they don't, like similar to last year, they don't just zone in on the Chiefs and like they gonna, because they still got to see Pittsburgh and Tennessee. Last
well,
time
that Pittsburgh game, they played a real Pittsburgh this year 2 times, so that's gonna they're gonna know all they need to know.
JB, do you agree? Do you like the move to acquire Yannick Ngakoue?
I love it. Them boys trying to get after Patty Mahomes, man, the baby goat right now. Because I'm trying to tell you, bro, that's their biggest hurdle, I think. I mean, Tennessee, like you said, obviously can't be overlooked. And I think with Derrick Henry over there, this acquisition is even going to be more helpful with stopping him as well. But, the boys just gearing up, man.
Before you go on, there is no stopping him. You could just slow him down, but there's no such thing as stopping him. No such thing.
You can slow him down. That's all they need to do, really. If you slow him down, bro, it's really curtains. Who you going to depend on? Tannehill?
No. Don't get disrespectful. He's second in my MVP rankings right now.
Ryan Tannehill? Second in MVP voting?
Ryan Tannehill looks good because Derrick Henry make it easy for him.
Yes. Exactly. Like, what?
Go ahead, John.
Bruh.
Go on mute. Yeah, you go.
Yeah, I definitely like the move. Not to mention the general management from Baltimore has been fantastic the last couple of years. Not to mention they really just got Marcus Peters last season, and pairing him back up with Calais Campbell, and then also having Matthew Judon, it just makes this team that much more scary. This team already leads the league in the fewest points per game at 17.3, and now they're in a position to make that number a little bit more smaller. Also, being able to get to the quarterback and increase their total sacks as a team and defense. I just think that Baltimore knows what they're doing. The organization is run very smoothly, and this is just a reflection of the greatness that Baltimore has been doing since drafting Lamar Jackson. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do this upcoming playoff season. This postseason is going to be a great year for them. They had very high hopes last year, were close, and I think this year they finish the job. They go to the Super Bowl, and hopefully we have Lamar Jackson holding up the Lombardi Trophy.
Got you. Not your Chicago Bears, I see. You lost faith in them boys already, huh?
Lamar Jackson is a black quarterback. I don't mind him holding up the Lombardi Trophy over anybody that's white. Sorry.
I feel you. And on the other side of the coin, we don't have to go in depth about this, but what is Minnesota doing? They finally got a playoff from Kirk Cousins. Now they look like they're blowing it up. Like the offensive line is one of the worst in the NFL. They let Xavier Rhodes go. The secondary is trash outside of Harrison Smith. Like, what's wrong?
This my boy Danzler. He's solid.
Terrible.
Better question will Mike Zimmer get fired if they have a poor season?
I don't think it's his fault.
Well, whoever signed Kirk Cousins is their fault.
Yeah, I think Kirk
they went
Cousins
all
is
in
the
on
problem.
him, and it didn't work out how they thought it was gonna work out. And the only bright side of this season is Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook. And Dalvin Cook proves again he can't stay healthy. So it's really just all about Justin Jefferson. That's really the highlight. That's the only reason I want to watch him.
I think you go get Fields in this next draft. Blow it up. Go get Fields. Go get pieces.
Nobody
You know what I'm
taking
saying,
Kirk
that you
Cousins'
may
contract,
need. But
so he's gonna have to just stay there.
yeah, like who cares? He doesn't need to be the starter going forward next season. Like, he's terrible.
You agree, Damon?
I don't. It's quick. It's funny how quickly we forget that Kirk Cousins went on the road and beat a 13-3 team in the playoffs last year.
I mentioned the Saints as if he's the reason he beat us.
Did I say the Saints?
No, that's what you talking about. We're the 13-3
But
team. I know who it was.
He did go in there. He did go in there.
That's
And
not
smack
why
that
they
baby
won,
now.
though.
I presented a fact, and Kirk Cousins
not
had
why they
the
won.
biggest play of the
And then
game.
he said they
It
beat
is.
that. See, I love when people pick a game to dwell on and make that attach that to greatness. Cause what the fuck you doing now? Nothing.
Come on,
You're
hey,
doing
stop.
nothing.
I'm not trying to edit for real. Stop.
That's the
He went
biggest
in
win
there.
of his career. How can I not mention it?
This is true.
Bro, okay, but you see what I'm talking about, Jalen? When people they pick and choose. Because when we're talking about Rodgers, you talking about, well, that was what is he doing now? He's not elite. So now we're talking about Kirk Cousins being ass, and now you're saying he's not ass because of what he did last playoff.
He does have a point.
Thing. Well, let me make it more abundantly clear for you. Last year, people say Jared Goff was ass. His offensive line was trash, one of the worst in the league. This year, Kirk Cousins, with even one of the best wide receiver duos in the game already, with Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen, even with an emerging tight end in Irv Smith Jr., even with a top 5 running back in Dalvin Cook, he's getting sacked 6 times a game. What is he supposed to do with that? They've gone 3 in and out consecutively against great teams. What are they supposed to do? You rebuild the offensive line. You retool the defense. If you look at all the moves they did in letting Everson Griffin go and trading Ngakoue and trading numerous guys, they're playing with young guys on defense. With the offensive talent that they had this year, I believe that they thought they had enough to maybe stay relevant in the division, but it's clear that's not the case. So you go back, you retool the offensive line, you make another push, and you grab defensive players that you can. But their cap situation, it's among the league's worst. There's not much they can do there. You have to continue to build your strong suit. Every time you have a bad season, you don't go ahead and blow it up. Take a look at the NFC playoff teams over the past couple of years. Nobody's consistently going, unlike the Saints, the Seahawks. So this year, there's going to be some new faces that weren't in there last year. The 49ers will be gone. The Rams likely will be in. The Cardinals have a way to make it. The Bears will be back in the playoffs. Teams are going to take a step back unless you have that. They don't have a great nucleus right now. So they have to kind of figure out what their nucleus is.
So I thought teams, it all starts with the quarterback, right? And you mentioned being sacked. He's 8th in getting sacked. You want me to name the quarterbacks that are above him? He's been sacked 14 times. Above him, Lamar Jackson and Russell Wilson, sacked 15 times, winning record. Gardner Minshew, 17 times, 1-5. Daniel Jones with the Giants, trash organization, 1 and whatever. They might win tonight. Deshaun Watson, set up for failure by his coach that got fired. He got sacked 19 times. Joe Burrow having one of the best rookie seasons statistically, even though they can't win, 24 times. And your boy, number 1, Carson Wentz, 25 sacks. And he could put up a fight and win more than one game. Also with less weapons.
All those teams are bad besides 2. You just gave me my case for me.
No, I didn't, because they're still finding a way with less weapons to win more than one game.
How?
And compete in games. They got blew out by the Falcons. They get blown out every week.
So they didn't go down to the last snap with the Seahawks. They didn't?
Bruh.
That was more so Zimmer's fault.
And they almost beat the Titans week 3.
They didn't almost beat the Titans, did they not? They weren't in the shootout with the Packers, were they not?
Oh, so you proving what I'm saying? It sounds like an excuse. That's what it sounds like.
Almost.
It's not an excuse.
Almost.
You're asking me what should they do? Retool the offensive line.
But you're trying to make it. It's about Kirk Cousins. He ain't it. But in one game,
Cousins is definitely not it.
That's your opinion. I don't agree.
Facts. John, what you think you like what Minnesota doing, or you want to leave it at that?
Minnesota had 15 draft picks last year. This entire team is young. Regardless of how many of those guys actually made the team, they had 15 draft picks. I don't think they had intentions of going far this season. And if they did, those intentions are now quickly gone. So whatever they need to do right now is going to be in best interest for them next season, not for the rest of the season. Trading these star players and sending them off and getting those younger talent and potentials, I think is a great move because Kirk Cousins is not that bad of a quarterback, and they signed him. So you might as well keep your money going with him and make sure that you put yourself in a position to make him great next year. I still think Kirk Cousins is a nice quarterback. I don't think he's that bad. I don't think he's terrible. I just think that this season hasn't gone the way it should have for him. And we can't deny COVID having a major influence in most of these players, their play style right now. So, I mean, it's kind of a season with an asterisk on it. That's part of it too.
Can it be? He did say that. Can it be said that he did say he wasn't scared of COVID? So
I don't mean to impact the people around him.
That's true. He said survival of the fittest for COVID. That's what he said. Then he apologized.
And that dumbass comment is probably why their team is so bad right now. But
it is.
Can it be inferred that they started blowing it up when they traded Stephon Diggs, and that was with the beginning of this?
Exactly. Like they didn't resign him.
No, they traded him.
Oh,
I disagree.
I can't
they got a haul for Stephon Diggs, and the pick that they used to replace him was for Justin Jefferson. You can't. I disagree.
Yeah, I don't think that was them.
It is blowing it up because you're starting over. You're bringing in a younger person, right? Is that not starting over?
I mean,
not necessarily.
You're taking a veteran receiver known to be top 5, top 10, or however you want to put him, top 10 for sure. And you
I don't know about that. Before this year, he was not top 10. No
okay,
sense.
I mean, I don't even like Stephon Diggs, but I'm just being real. I could argue for him to be in my top 10, but nonetheless, you take him away, you trade him, you bring in a rookie, and whatever else you bring in. Is that not?
I don't think it is.
I can't say it is.
But he was.
You have a veteran receiver there. My bad, John. Because you used to have a veteran receiver there.
They kept the older receiver too. That's another thing.
The better receiver.
I mean, having Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen on the field at the same time is indubitably going to give defenses a hard time planning. And I think that only having Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen, it gives you an opportunity to lock in a little bit more on Adam Thielen, and you're going to have to force Justin Jefferson to work. But
Jalen Mills interception.
I think that's the issue. Like having that star receiver gone, where now you only have one star receiver on the field, like that's going to make your offense a little slower. So I think that's the case for this season.
I feel like something that's being disregarded when we're talking this Diggs trade is how much of a problem that came up for him getting the ball, for him feeling like he wasn't involved. We never hear that with feelings unless they are losing. There were times when they were winning. Even in the Saints playoff game, they were in this game from start to finish, and Diggs was crying for the ball. Diggs was upset he wasn't getting the ball. I think that game in itself, with how he performed in the 49ers game, in the divisional round, was why they decided to ship him off. Stephon Diggs is talent. That's not the argument. But it's coming abundantly clear when these diva receivers start to act up, those general managers want to get them out of there. We're continuing to see it.
Jalen, final argument. It seemed like you had something to say. Are you good?
Oh, I'm good.
All right, bet. Some notable news. Zach Ertz was reportedly on the block before he got injured. Were you surprised by this news? I consider Zach Ertz to be a top 6, top 7 tight end. Were you guys surprised about this news?
Not really.
No. He's been playing boo-boo this year. Trash. Losing me fantasy games. But more so it has more to do with like, the Eagles not having weapons and everyone keying in on Ertz.
Not to what I'm saying? He can't. Maybe he wants to get a contract, and they're not trying to pay him.
That is true.
He's older.
But he can still go somewhere and help you win though.
I think if they still had Brady, if the Patriots still had Brady, they would probably try to get him.
I can see him coming to Tampa to replace OJ for I can't.
He played good last game. Y'all not getting him tight end. I don't know. He'll find it. I mean, I can see why they traded him. I just, now that he's hurt,
on the block,
might be stuck with him.
Yeah. We good?
Yeah. There ain't much to say about that.
All right. We have 4 more NFL news. Let's try to get these out the way quick. The Falcons reportedly said they could tear down their roster. That means buy Matt Ryan, buy Julio Jones, and I hope this means buy Grady Jarrett because he's a dog. And Debo. I need him out of there too. I need them to ship everybody, every good Atlanta player out there. Sick of them. So, what do you guys think about them potentially blowing up their roster? Should they do it? And if so, why? I think they should stay down with them. I think with no, I'm lying. They should definitely. I think they should. I don't know. I don't know yet. I still I need to process a little bit more. But what do you guys think?
I think they got enough pieces to keep, and they got enough pieces to sell to build a better team.
Name some of the pieces.
So I'm
Matt Ryan.
Who should go? And
selling points. I don't blame Matt Ryan for I think Matt Ryan's been the best thing part of Atlanta since he's been here. He's been the best thing they had going on offense, to be honest. I mean, Julio's the best player, but I'm saying like Matt Ryan's the best quarterback in franchise history. No,
he's not.
Yes, he is. Oh my God.
Yes, he is. He is. No, he is.
No, he's not.
It's not an opinion. It's a fact. Like it's statistics. Like we're not saying trying to argue with you. We're trying to give you knowledge.
Like Michael Vick Moore. But if you look up statistics, their best quarterbacks of all time are Matt Ryan and that dude that took him to the Super Bowl.
In my defense, y'all have always said stats don't tell the whole story. That's all I'm saying.
But in this case, it does.
My quarterback is the stats guru. I love the stats. It's just sometimes they don't tell the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, he's not even like 33. He has so many years left. Like he's gonna be like probably number 3 overall all time. Like when it's all said and done in yards. It's gonna be like Breeze. What is it right now? Brady. And then it's gonna be Matt Ryan. I'm telling you.
And then Mahomes probably pass all of them up.
Yes. Because Patrick Mahomes is gonna be the GOAT.
Back to you, Derek.
Anyways,
you should leave. Players' names, please.
Okay, so players that should stay. Deion Jones is not leaving unless he asks to leave, but I would not let him go. I'm sorry, he's not leaving. Grady Jarrett is one of those people you don't let leave because he's not that old yet either. I mean, unless most of the people that's on their contracts, let them finish them out. If they leave, then you let them leave or you trade them.
I think they're both on their rookie deals, I won't say.
Not great.
Yeah, Grady is still on his rookie deal.
And then you got AJ. I mean, they just got AJ. He stays.
Oh, my bad.
Obviously.
Okay. Grady got extended. Okay.
Yeah, you got AJ. You got obviously he stays. You have
so
you have them safeties. All of them. Bye.
Neil and Ricardo out of
all
there?
of them. All of them gone. All the safeties gone.
Last year. Sorry to interrupt. Last year, Grady signed a 4-year, $68 million contract extension.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't see that. Okay, baby.
All the safeties gone. Ridley stays. Russell Gage did okay in the first 2 games, and it's like he disappeared. But
so it sounds like you're saying Julio and Matt Ryan should be out of there. That's what's coming.
It's not so much that they're the problem. It's just that they're taking up a lot of cap space, and they're your best pieces to sell. Okay. If I'm a team without a quarterback and you trying to ship Matt Ryan off, and I mean, okay, I'll take him. I mean, it ain't gonna hurt me. It just might hurt my pockets a little bit. But if we're not winning anyway, I'll take him. And then Julio. I ain't gonna lie. You trade Julio getting traded is gonna be like DeAndre Hopkins getting traded. Except when you trade him, you just don't trade him for a 3rd round pick.
But Julio is way older than DeAndre. Not way, but he's older than DeAndre Hopkins.
But he's arguably one of the greatest receivers.
DeAndre Hopkins 30, Julio like 31.
Hopkins is
DeAndre Hopkins 28.
Hopkins, I'll say Hop cannot be 30, and I don't think Julio is 30 either.
No, I think Julio like 31. I won't say.
Julio is 30.
Yeah, Julio Jones.
Yeah, Julio's 30, but Hop is 28.
31. Yeah, he's 31.
Hop's 28, but the difference is Hop was 28 and due a contract extension.
Oh, 28.
When I look at the, in my opinion, I'm not trading either. And this is actually the same thing I want to say.
I wasn't done yet.
Oh, okay.
But my last thing on Julio is the injury, his injury proneness. Like it's always something that lingers with him. So it's like
it's all receivers.
It's like hard to try to sell that point. And I don't think he really – I mean, I think he want to be here, but at the same time, I think he's just like over this whole – it's like almost an embarrassment at this point. It's been like 3 years. Since the Super Bowl, it's been all embarrassment. So, like their highlight is beating us in the regular season. So.
Gotcha.
I
give it to
no one cares about being y'all in the regular season.
I give it to Demond, and I'm gonna pose a question.
The Falcons do care about being in the regular season. They eat that up.
On you, Demond.
When I look at the Falcons, I'm not trading Matt Ryan or Julio. I agree with Derek. There are some pieces that you can trade, but again, I'm not starting with my franchise quarterback. As John said, the league is changing when you talk about longevity of quarterbacks, and we've seen it with Brady, we've seen it with Joe Montana. Quarterbacks evidently do leave, but I don't think it's Matt Ryan's time to leave Atlanta yet. We just saw what they're capable of doing when he has the keys. You have a healthy Todd Gurley who people said was burnt out, and he is gone for 100 yards, I think 2 out of the last 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. You also have Julio, who I'm watching a highlight of this guy stiff-arming somebody from the 10-yard line all the way to the end zone. He's not human. You don't trade Julio. You have Calvin Ridley, who I think is entering the prime of his career. He looks fantastic. Russell Gage, who is coming to this 3rd year and really emerges that 3rd wide receiver. But for them, I think the next thing they need to do as the offensive end is get a speed demon. We know how good Matt Ryan was with Taylor Gabriel. MVP season when he has a consistent deep threat. You look at guys on the block. I've heard Will Fuller's on the block. If I'm the Texans, I'm not trading him. But I've also seen reports about John Ross. I don't know how you feel about pairing A.J. Green with Julio, but there has to be something that, brings another weapon to this offense that you fear. There's not much right now. Then when I look at the defense, all my draft picks next year are offensive line defense, no matter what. And if you can look at the free agents and try to make a big free agency splash, I can't tell you the last time I saw the Falcons bring in somebody defensively who did something on paper for me. I can't. So they need to bring in somebody now with a new head coach.
Right. Oh, it's Asante drafted.
They brought in Asante, but this is towards the end of,
I got you.
But you have a new coach for the first, new GM for the first time, I believe, since 2012, and a new head coach. There's plenty that they can do. And I'm not saying there definitely has to be some moves that are made. But when I look at this team, it starts with Matt Ryan. And it starts with his connection to Julio. You don't trade those two.
This is their first time with a new GM since 2008.
2008, sorry. 4 years prior. So this is a new direction, but I'm not trading my franchise quarterback.
Before we move on, I would like to entertain the idea for our Dallas Cowboys fans out there. What if the Dallas Cowboys trade for Matt Ryan, John, or Jalen? What do you guys think about that to replace Dak Prescott just for maybe a year or two? Or if he's good, keep him long term. What do you guys think?
Yeah, Jalen, you're on mute. But I don't think that trade is likely to happen. I think those odds are just very, very, very small. Like, I don't see Atlanta agreeing to trade Matt Ryan, especially to the Cowboys. Like, I don't want to entertain a bruiser.
Why would you trade Dak?
Not
for
trade
Matt Ryan.
No, you don't trade Dak not straight up. Saying for maybe a first round or second round pick, the Dallas give that up to go acquire Matt Ryan because the quarterback play is not great with Andy Dalton. They're a turnover. They're a mess. Maybe bring some stability that is Matt Ryan if he's on the block to make things go smoother. And they're gonna make the playoffs or contend, get the 4th spot in the NFC anyway, since the NFC East is so trash. So that's why I asked the question.
But I know y'all in love with Dak, but it's very possible that they would do that.
No.
Yeah.
A more viable option,
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, I believe. Jameis Winston.
It's cheaper, but I wouldn't do that. It's just not.
I'll bring in Fitzpatrick.
I might bring in Jameis, honestly. Like,
we're not trading Jameis.
It'll have to be somebody familiar with the system.
They're not going to bring in somebody that's new. And the only person that's familiar with Mike McCarthy's system will be Aaron Rodgers. We know he's not going nowhere. So, based on a veteran quarterback, Fitzpatrick would be the next viable option that's available. I mean, they're not going to go after Alex Smith, but Andy Dalton's not going to be it, I think. That first game, he did look good. Last game, I don't really blame him, but some of those throws were kind of like, who you throwing to? And then,
I would ask who did they play when he came in for that was the Giants.
Giants, right? And that's you come in on the Giants and look good, it's okay. But if they really selling Matt Ryan and there's one GM / owner around willing to pay for him or do something for him, because they don't really need no weapons on offense. They have all the weapons on offense. They need what they're missing. Now they know what they're missing. So do you wait for Dak to come back, or do you shoot at what's the best available and is a MVP winning quarterback, Matt Ryan?
Got you.
If they deal for Matt Ryan, Dak is for sure out of there. Like,
right. No, that's what that will mean. That is what that means.
And I just think
y'all just don't want to see that happen. But the way these, it's business.
Yeah,
as they say. That's what they gonna
I
say.
wouldn't want to see it happen because I get why you would do it, but at the same time, it's just like, bro, Dak is gonna be that guy. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Gotcha.
He got to fight back from that injury. That rehab process, it's gonna be a lot. So I wouldn't be surprised. But and then again, Matt go there and then be throwing y'all 400 yards, and they still might lose because the defense is really the problem. The problem, like the secondary.
Gotcha. The Saints will have fans. They announced that they will have fans for this upcoming Sunday game against the Carolina Panthers. I believe 1,500 fans. And as the season go on, it will increase to 3,000 and 6,000 and I think 9,000. That would be the
most.
Wear a mask. Facts. Wear a mask. Two more NFL topics before we move on. Before we preview Week 7 of the NFL. Antonio Brown, he's getting interest. They're saying Seattle's sort of team that's leading the chase, but more teams are interested in Antonio Brown. Should your respected team go after Antonio Brown? And if so, tell me why. So we got Seattle, we got Chicago, we got the Saints, we got the Buccaneers. Let's do it. We're gonna start with Chicago. John, you go first.
The Bears need some type of excitement on offense, any type of excitement on offense. Jesus Christ, this has been the most boring offensive year I've ever seen the Chicago Bears play. Like, we lost Tariq Cohen. We lost all the explosive players. Like, everybody, like, Trubisky's not even start. Trubisky, I thought, was going to be the explosiveness. So, yes, go get Antonio Brown. Like, you need some type of energy on offense. You need that person that's cursing people out on the sideline, that's throwing temper tantrums when they don't get the ball. We don't have that on offense. You see when Odell do it, what happens? We need AB. We need someone who has the swagger, the personality to take this team to the next level. You don't get Antonio Brown, you continue to have a stagnant offense. You continue to struggle and force your defense, which is disrespectful, even though they can handle it. Very disrespectful. You keep forcing them to win games. Every win out of 5 we had has been solely because of the defense. Solely because of the defense. And I think that you not giving this offense help, nor the defense help, is a big, big, big issue. Go get Antonio Brown. Stop being stupid, Ryan Pace, and make sure you're doing what you need to do to make Chicago a really fun football team.
Got you. We go to Damon next with his team leading the chase for Antonio Brown. Damon, give us the news.
We're just trying to get better, man. We just want to get better. Where else would you rather be? With Russell Wilson in Seattle?
Y'all don't need offense. Y'all need defense. I don't need offense. Y'all good.
It's not about what
that's
we
selfish.
Need.
Don't get AB. Y'all already have defense. Y'all don't need AB.
It's not about what we need. The rich get richer. We continue to thrive. We bring AB in. There's nobody on the offense that you can double team. There's no scheme that you can come up with to guard all of those weapons. Because Russ, there's no offense, there's no defensive scheme to shut down Russell Wilson as it is. You can't play cover 2. You can't play cover 3. You definitely can't play cover 0. I've seen Russell Wilson throw 5 touchdowns numerous times against cover 0. So whatever you want to do, you bring AB in. There's no threat, and he's gonna need the firepower. I tell you, with the Chiefs getting Le'Veon and the Ravens being the way they are and be able to control the pace, he's gonna need something to have that extra what if piece if it comes down to us going to the Super Bowl. So I think AB is a great suit for the Seattle Seahawks.
JB, we know that your Tampa Bay Buccaneers have injury issues that have been plagued them with Chris Godwin, lingering issues, and O.J. Howard Achilles injuries. Maybe bring Antonio Brown or fit the slot with Scotty Miller not producing. Him and Tommy are already friends. What do you think?
I don't like it. We personally don't need him. I think personally we don't need him. It would be a good move somewhat, I guess, but I don't think we need him, bro. We got Tyler Johnson, the kid out of Minnesota, who's played excellent as of late. We have Godwin getting back up to speed. We got Evans, we got Gronk, we got Rojo. Like, we have enough weapons offensively, and just adding AB to the mix, bro, it just wouldn't be. I don't really see the purpose. And then on top of that, he is a locker room cancer, so you run the risk of that. And it's just like, the risk is just too much versus the reward. So I'm out on AB. But I would like to see AB I would like to see AB in New Orleans though.
Wait, Jalen, before I let Derek go with his New Orleans, the reward is AB's talent. That has never been questioned. So let's not say that is great. He stepped on that field, we know what he about. That ain't no question. Ain't never been no question.
Is he gonna get to the field? That's the point.
He will get signed and get to the field. And you're saying that's great. I think this is the most quiet I've seen AB been since he been out the league. I ain't heard from AB. I forgot about AB, honestly. So you bring him into your team, he gonna catch some balls. He gonna make some plays. That's who he is.
And like JB said, he would like to see AB with the Saints. Michael Thomas is dealing with a hamstring injury now. The Saints offense has been stagnant without Michael Thomas. Maybe bringing AB and he could be the superstar receiver that the Saints offense been missing until Mike gets back. Do you agree with bringing AB in?
If Mike was playing, I would still want AB to come in and play in the slot.
AB will be their best receiver then.
I want him to come play. Or they could put him on the outside and put Mike in the slot. Either way, I like to see AB come to New Orleans. They brought him in last year. I don't know how it went. And then he kind of was like being an a-hole. I don't know what he's going through. But
yeah, because your boy can only play in the slot.
Sean Payton said, don't say nothing. And what AB did, said something. So it's like, if Sean gonna hold a personal bias against him, then, and that's going to be what he don't sign him, I'm going to be upset with Sean. Personally, I think this is Drew Brees' last season. You do everything you can to give him weapons. I love our young guys. I like Marquez Callaway. I like Deontay Harris, but yeah, they could play next year. Bringing AB on that 1-year deal with Emmanuel, his former teammate from the Steelers. You bring in Kamara. You got Kamara. You got Michael Thomas. I don't want nobody else. You bring it on offense. That's all we need. Bring in another pass catcher. Bring him in, and then like on then we can talk about defense, but that's a different topic. But if it in the corner or AB, I don't want it. I don't care about none of that. I don't want no Ryan Kerrigan. I don't want JJ Watt. I don't want all the other names popping up in the Twitter sphere. Just AB or a corner.
Man, I always talking about he need a corner, bro. Maybe y'all just suck defensively. Maybe the secondary just need to give up.
We haven't drafted a corner since Marshawn.
Send Jamal Dean, JB.
No, he's not for sale. You know what I'm saying? I just need y'all to put more respect on my boys defensively, man. Like,
I mean, I could pull up a clip of my guys giving your guys 150 each, but you could keep talking.
150. You talking about some shit that happened last year?
DK and Tyler. Yeah, I could pull it up though.
Wait, you talking about some shit that happened last year? Oh, okay.
Y'all boys funny though. All them boys in the secondary changed their numbers so they won't pop up on film from last year because y'all look terrible. But it's cool.
we had young guys developing. They develop now. Come talk to them.
I'm just messing with you, man.
Y'all can't come pop down there in Raymond James anyway.
You will definitely be coming to Seattle with that 12-4 record.
Okay, we're gonna see.
We'll
see what's up.
Before we move off of the NFL, but damn, we got preview week 7 still. Should Trevor Lawrence stay another year in college if the New York Jets have the number 1 pick? I like to say
yes. Next, you good?
I know.
Yes.
No for me.
Let me go. I think that's a no for me as well. I don't think these should do that. Like similar to what Zion Williamson did.
Joe should do it. It's lame. Oh, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I don't.
It's like similar to what Zion Williamson did when he was coming out when the Pelicans had a first round pick. People saying, "Oh, he should stay in. New Orleans not a big enough market. They're not going to win with New Orleans." I just feel like even when Eli Manning did that when he didn't want to play with the Giants, with the Chargers, I thought that was the lamest stuff in the world. If they draft you, bro. I don't think you should be able to cheat the process. I think you should be able to go play for that team. You stay your 4 or 5 years. If you don't want to stay there, then leave then. Like, don't just, since they drafted you, don't want to play because the Jets are a bad organization. And plus, the Jets organization started to turn around with their new GM. Got McDougal from the Seahawks. And they got the Seahawks first-round pick. They're trying to build something in the Jets. Until it will be like, you will finally see the remnants of it when they get Adam Gase out of here. He should have been fired. So, I think Trevor should, if he's drafted number 1, the Jets are number 1 pick, he should definitely come out and not stay another year in college.
I was about to say also, the doing the stand back thing is very lame. What Eli did was different, but also lame. But if you give, who's to say that they're gonna take Trevor? It's not written on the wall that he's going number one to them. It's not.
It's not.
It's not. You say that, and then who's to say that they're gonna end with the worst record? Like right now, it looks like they're gonna end up with the worst record.
Yeah, I'm saying, what if they do?
But I can see them going O-line first.
But if they do end up 0-16 and they end up with the number one pick, why them bringing in Trevor not gonna really change much because they still don't have the pieces around him. Yeah. So it's more to it. It's not even just that. It's like it's more to it. But you see, people told Joe Burrow to stay as well. He went to the Bengals with no problems. Trevor is on that type of time. I don't think Trevor's gonna fight it. Plus, you could be the one to save the Jets. It ain't like you going into a division that's so unwinnable. It's not. That division is the most wide open it's ever been now.
And I like that
coming into that time.
And I like to add that it may be COVID next season. COVID might still be around next season. So if he stays in college football, it's gonna be another like COVID-esque type of season they have to deal with rather than just freedom.
I don't know how rich his parents are or whatever he got going on financially. He might be getting paid allegedly, but go get the big bag, buddy.
I like to go to Jalen first, then DeMond, since DeMond smirking at me.
But my thing is, it's like, okay, we saying Trevor Lawrence going to the Jets, but I mean, I don't think Sam Darnold is terrible. He just doesn't have a line. He doesn't have any weapons. Why not build around Sam Darnold? Sam Darnold is your guy. Like, he's not terrible. They just need to really put the proper pieces around him in order for him to succeed. His number
one receiver go in free agency, Robbie Anderson.
Jamar Chase, number one pick.
Yeah, I'm getting Jamar Chase. Get Jamar Chase, and then
they need the O-line. God, they need the O-line.
They need Sewell.
I think they need to go O-line, then get a receiver in the second round. Well, they got Seattle.
They got 2 first-round picks, but that pick gonna be late. Probably that pick will probably be late 20s.
Yeah, I'm getting Jamar Chase, and then I'll get the best available O-line late in the first round.
The best O-line on fall that late.
Yeah,
he fumbled.
Usually the best
available
in the first 15 rounds.
Best O-line going that first 15. Yeah.
Demond, why are you smirking at us and laugh when we talk about Trevor, bro? I don't appreciate that. It hurt my feelings.
I mean, I think he's the Heisman candidate right now. I think he runs away with it. The way he's coming in, the way he's playing, the way
Kyle Trask,
and the way people are talking about him, they already know what's up. Since his freshman year, and he dogged Alabama in the college playoffs. People have said he's the greatest prospect since Andrew Luck. I get all that. If Trevor Lawrence is on the board, I don't see how you pass on him. Whether you're the Jets, whether you're the Giants, whether you're the
Washington football team.
I think Trevor goes number one, regardless of who's there. So the Jets, he may not. You will get it. It's a situation similar to Kyler. I feel like they said you spent the pick on Josh Rosen. He was a high draft pick. What about this, that, and the third? We see what the Cardinals are doing with their new quarterback situation. You get Trevor in there, then you really start the changing of the system. You start the changing of the nucleus. Trevor's your guy. So I think Trevor goes number one regardless.
You gotta fire Adam Gase to change that nucleus.
and I think Trevor is definitely watching that situation very closely. He's seeing who's the number one pick, and that will determine him staying back, obviously, because in his mind, he's the number one pick.
So you think he'll stay back if the Jets are number one pick?
I think he'll stay back if Adam Gase is there, because I can't say that I know they're going to fire Adam Gase because he should have been gone already. He should have been gone after the Miami game. He shouldn't have been able – good catch, Travis Fulgham. He should have been gone already.
Should have been gone last season. He should have been hired.
So I just like to remind people after this one of the best defensive performances I've ever seen by the Bucs. They fired Todd Bowles for Adam Gase. Just want to announce that. So
the Jets organization may be cursed. John, what do you think Trevor Lawrence should do? The
new GM didn't fire Todd Bowles.
No, he didn't. New GM.
Also, yeah. What are they waiting on Adam Gase though? I'm just curious.
What they said about Marvin Lawrence, he has pictures of the owner and he won't do nothing.
Are they just letting them like finish the season and like, oh, we'll fire at the end because we don't really care?
I have my source have been telling me not. Hey, John, what do you think about the Trevor Lawrence situation, bro? Do you think he should stay at college if the Jets have number one pick, or do you think he should come out, be real and just like fight through adversity like multiple athletes have done in their career?
Yeah, Trevor, I think he's gonna have that same mentality. These top quarterbacks always have when they come out of college. You know, I'm gonna go to this NFL team, change it around because I ain't never lost like in my life like that. But they gotta realize the NFL is just difficult. Regardless of what year you come out, you're gonna face struggles. Whether you decide to stay because the team got the first pick and you don't want to go there, or you decide to go. Like, come on now, it's conditional. Either you a baller or you ain't. I think that he should come out. I think that you should go pro. I mean, you're going to win a Heisman. You're going to win the BCS this year. Like, you're going to accomplish what a lot of quarterbacks in their lifetime will never, ever get a chance to even do. So just don't hurt yourself. Go get the money, come back, injury. Like, it ain't guaranteed you can get hurt next year. And if you already balling like a number one pick this year, then just come out, get drafted. I mean, him going to the Jets ain't guaranteed. We don't know that for sure. So, you know what I'm saying? I just think you're too hot right now to go back another year because this has happened before to a lot of players where they get hurt after staying and they never get the money. So, don't be in that situation, Trevor. Go to the NFL.
I feel 100% what you said, John, but I don't think they're locked in to win the national championship. That's all I'm gonna say.
You don't think they're going to win the BCS?
I think it'll be.
No.
I think when Ohio State play this weekend, I'll let me know if they're gonna come out. How they played this season. But
so Ohio State could mess with Clemson. We've seen this three times.
Y'all just gassed them last year. What happened last year? It's always
communication.
Clemson beat them
off of miscommunication.
I was talking about when we beat them.
It don't matter.
Who won the game?
All right. We won. Like I said,
who won the game?
Clemson not a lot. I think it's between three teams: Bama, Ohio State, and Clemson.
The schedules are shortened, and you only play ACC count. That's you got to think about. They ain't playing no.
Bro, I don't like how you left my boys out though, because we definitely got a chance.
You already lost the game.
I lost the games or somebody.
Nobody's mentioning teams that lost games.
Yeah, you're right. So we definitely not mention LSU.
I didn't mention us. I mentioned last year.
You're such a hater, bro.
They hating.
I do think the fourth spot will come to a Big Ten team or another SEC team. Another Big Ten team.
That's what I'm saying.
A Big Ten team, another Big Ten team, a Pac-12, one Pac-12 team, another SEC team.
But Pac-12 not playing. Pac-12 not playing.
Pac-12 is back.
They back?
Doing 6 or 8 games, they said.
They're not. Nobody's out of there making it. Nobody's make it.
They gonna definitely push Penn State. They definitely gonna push Penn State. I see it now.
I feel you. Hold on, let me.
And if Michigan win, boy, they can't wait to get Harbaugh in there, boy.
All right, here's week 7 of the NFL. Currently,
I like Travis Fulgham at the bottom 1-on-1.
Giants, Eagles are currently on right now. So I'll go first, tell you the games I'm looking forward to this weekend. The Bears-Rams game is the game I'm looking forward to this weekend. Just a battle of great defenses going at it. Well, not great, but great defensive talent. The Bears defense has been good. I think the Rams is too. But I think it's a pivotal game for the Rams and the Bears to fight.
Who do you think wins, Bruiser? I need to know.
Let me check my picks. I do have the Rams winning. I got the Rams winning. I do have the Rams winning. It'll be a close game.
Yeah, that's respectful. The Bears defense is just really good. The Bears defense is just really good. That's all I'm saying.
John, I would appreciate it if y'all came through though. I would appreciate it. This man just missed a 29-yarder.
Another game I'm looking forward to is, of course, the Steelers versus Titans, a battle of 5-0 teams.
Game of the week.
Winner would take sole
possession.
Winner would take sole possession of the AFC. And last but not least, I ain't gonna have too many. This Chiefs-Broncos game, I'm looking forward to. The Broncos usually play the Chiefs well, especially in Denver. Even without Von Miller, I do think this game will be competitive. And I think it may come down to not a last possession, but definitely a fourth quarter drive that can go well or that can go wrong.
A Drew Lock drive.
A Drew Lock drive. Darren don't want to hear that. Look at his face. He don't want to hear that. I'll go down the list. Damon, what are the games you're looking forward to this week?
Definitely looking forward to, as you said, Steelers-Titans game of the week. I think that's a playoff matchup preview. These two teams, you got strength versus strength. Their defense versus Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry. Strength versus strength. Another game I'm really looking forward to, Packers-Texans, seeing how Aaron Rodgers bounces back. I don't know if y'all remember, last time Aaron Rodgers had a very bad performance, he went to Houston and put 6 TDs on the boys. I vividly remember that on the Sunday Night Football game. So excited to see how Rodgers looks. Jimmy G's first game back in New England. I'm excited to watch that one. I think Belichick is out to embarrass that guy after he got rid of him. And number one for me, Seahawks Cardinals. They moved it, flexing the Sunday Night Football. I've been telling people about Budda Baker. People didn't like his contract extension, and he showed why he's one of the best safeties in the game. You got him. We know the reputation that precedes Patrick Peterson. Their secondary is flying around.
Drake Kirkpatrick pushed off. That was PI.
But
I was like, ooh, I said Drake Kirkpatrick balling too. They got an Alabama and LSU receiver out there. Then I look back, I was like, oh, he pushed off.
Yeah, but you got
Budda was hooping him.
Comes down to Russell Wilson versus Kyler, and that matchup is gonna be fun to watch.
I love that matchup right there, boy.
I love it right there.
John, what week 7 matchups are you looking forward to this week?
I'll definitely keep it short as well. I'm happy that this week doesn't really seem that competitive. I mean, these athletes are going to compete, but it don't seem like, oh, it's that important. So I'm going Bears-Rams number 1 because it's my team. It's also Monday night. And I'm excited to see. We played them last time. It was a very close game. It was a Sunday night game, and we won by 3. So hopefully we're able to play
you
defense.
Didn't say they embarrassed you on Sunday night last year. They did.
Jalen
Ramsey. No, that was 2 years ago. Jalen Ramsey embarrassed you on Sunday night last year. He vividly was. I got you. He vividly was mic'd up and told Taylor Gabriel, "Get off the field. I'm not playing with other people's kids." I got the video for you, John.
The Rams did win 17-10 last year.
They won an ass.
That's not bad.
I'm
just the year before that.
I'm just pulling up the Carfax for you, bro.
Like 13.
Well, you done, John? You want me to go?
I said it won a game, Derek. Dang.
Oh. Well, you said I'm not gonna be long and then dwelled on a game.
He just interrupted me, literally. Anyway, bro. God, since niggas ready to go, I got the Seahawks Cardinals. Clearly, those two quarterbacks' play style is very similar. Steelers Titans. My prediction is the Steelers gonna win. I think their offense is better. The Titans, Ryan Tannehill is fine, but I just think the Steelers' offense is too much, and their defense isn't bad as well. Bengals Browns because Joe Burrow was on some. I don't know what he did last week, but that is inexcusable, and they should not have lost that game. That was embarrassing. So I think they come back.
The kicker missed.
Bro, because he didn't have no passing touchdowns, bro.
The kicker missed.
I don't care, bro. You got to put up touchdowns.
AJ Green is playing like shit water, but nobody want to talk about it.
Joe Burrow isn't putting up touchdowns like that. If y'all really want to talk about it, he's not putting up touchdowns. He just has a lot of yards.
T. Higgins can still score.
Not put up TDs.
Bro. T. Higgins is...
So, I think they win that game.
Ross played one snap, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not much going on.
There, I do just want to address AJ Green had 8 receptions for 96 yards last week.
He did good last week.
Oh, that was the first
game. My last game is the Packers Texans. Before y'all continue, Packers Texans. I got. I think Demond said Aaron Rodgers. He's like LeBron James of the football league. Like when he has a bad game, like he come back and be like, okay.
Whoa.
We'll see.
Whoa. Retract that last statement. Do not include him in the same facet as LeBron James. Thank you.
LeBron-esque. No, he's definitely like
he is a quitter. No,
he's not.
No,
Rodgers on the Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks. Is he not?
And that's a podcast. End it. We're done. You're crazy as hell.
He's not on the Mount.
No,
not on. He's like all time or like now, like right now, or like
neither. What the hell? No.
I'm talking about right now.
He's a top 5 quarterback right now.
No.
But I'm saying if you're doing my restaurant, are we talking about like Peyton Manning, or are we talking about like right now, like? I
mean,
actively.
If we strip away, I mean, accomplishments like as far as rings.
We're not stripping away nothing. Take Aaron Rodgers, everything, and put it up against everybody else. Everything. He's not better than Brady. He's not better than Drew. He's not better than Peyton. He's not better than Terry Bradshaw. He's not better than Joe Montana. He's not better than Steve Young. And he's not better than Russell Wilson.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
He's not better than Russ.
He's not better than
Russ.
At this point, Mahomes and him got the same accomplishments.
Exactly.
He is better than Russell Wilson.
That's messed up.
I'm not understanding.
It's all good. I couldn't do it off the top of my head. I'm excited for Rams. No, not Rams. I'm tripping. I'm excited for Cardinals, Seahawks. I'm excited to see what the Saints do because it's gonna really determine my mood for the rest of the foreseeable week. I'm excited to see Steelers, Titans. I got the Titans winning that game.
I do too.
And it's one more game on there I liked. Oh, I'm
Steelers too far. They're too far.
Real quick, I'll go.
Wait, y'all, you talking about Joe? Big Ben only got 6 touchdowns.
Is that actual? Is that actual accurate?
What are you talking about?
Throwing the
this
ball.
year?
He only had 6 touchdowns.
Nah,
That's not right. He got more than
that's
6.
not right.
Yeah,
Way
7.
more than 6.
7-1.
Oh, my bad. 7.
Yeah, I'm
7-1 is a good ratio.
So bro has 6 touchdowns. So
Hey, can I let the record be
6
shown
games.
that I just have one thing to say. Carson Wentz leads the league in interceptions this year. I just wanted to say that.
Big Ben
also
has
leads it in
11.
sacks.
Oh,
Big
Big
Ben has
Ben.
11 touchdowns.
Got you.
Yes.
I'm gonna say, bro, come on.
We get your numbers from Derek.
Big Ben is going crazy this year. Claypool just had 4 touchdowns in one, like 4.
Then
Oh, yeah, 11-1. My bad.
How did he only got 6 and Claypool had 4 in one game?
Kirk
And he
Cousins.
had 2 last week.
Kirk Cousins lead the league in interceptions. Jalen with 10. Carson Wentz is 9 second.
He just threw one.
No, he's just doing. So now he leads it with 11.
They're tied. Oh, they're tied.
No, they're tied. They're tied. My fault.
He said he
My
just threw.
fault.
Hold up. Tannehill got 13 touchdowns, 2 picks. So that make him better than Ben Roethlisberger, according to what John talking about.
I think Tannehill is better than Ben this year. Yes.
I think Tannehill is better than Ben this year.
But you just
Tannehill's
said
Jalen,
Ben's the better quarterback.
I did say I wanted to.
I didn't say that. I said he had the better offense.
He didn't say that.
Oh,
He said,
okay.
yeah. But
I don't think you can say
Jalen-
that though.
While we on the topic of that, Jalen, you say that you got the Titans this week too. Do you believe the Steelers will shut down Derrick Henry?
No.
Bush.
Especially not with Devin Bush.
They have a great, that sucks for Devin Bush.
What does shut down mean?
That will
I
hurt
think
him.
they
I
definitely.
don't think
they
he's gonna.
definitely-
I don't think he's gonna do what he did last week. But I think he can.
This game. I think
He's
definitely
gonna wear him
shut
down. I don't think
Derrick-
this game gonna be high scoring. I don't think it's gonna be high scoring.
That's what I said. But shutting down Derrick Henry is no touchdown, 70 yards.
Oh, that's not happening.
He's gonna score once.
No touchdown, 70 yards.
He's gonna score once. He's gonna score once.
I'll take
He's
that
gonna have
bet.
100 yards.
Wait, you said it's gonna be a
I'll take
shootout?
No,
What'd you say, John?
Oh, okay.
I said he's gonna have 100. He probably have 101 at least. Like that's.
He might not.
I'll take that bet. I'll take that
I
bet.
don't think he crack 100.
I'm not going for the
Well, you
yards.
still
I know he's
owe
gonna
me
get a
money. I'm
touchdown.
not betting you, Demond. I'm not betting you, Demond. Talking about last money. And it's on the podcast. The last time you bet me.
I have Pittsburgh winning as well for this big match. Well,
I had to go Steelers on that one. Niners have made wide receiver Dante Pettis a potential trade candidate.
All right, let's move on to some.
I'm saying like Dante Pettis. Like
Let's talk about
Dante Pettis straight, bro. When do you do it? Solid.
before we shift gears to the NBA. Let's talk about some LSU news. LSU bans Odell Beckham Jr. for 2 years after he gave money to Justin Jefferson and I think other
First.
athlete.
Don't worry, Odell. You're not missing much. We won't be good for the next 2 years.
Somebody-
For a long
they
time.
banned him for 2 years. That's it.
Somebody
Yeah,
got
for a
to
long
take
time.
college football players.
Jalen, shut up. Shut
Yeah,
up.
Y'all are cursed.
I said
Y'all
somebody
are
got
cursed
to
now.
pay college football players.
Somebody got to pound facts.
Dude.
You're not missing nothing. Plus, all this COVID going on, it ain't gonna be too many lit games anyway.
No.
Mhm.
Facts.
Are they counting this season already? Because if they're counting this season already, then we good.
I don't know.
But- And then Jalen, talking about for a long, long time. What have y'all done lately?
It's just so much
I
hate
said-
just spewing from the bottom of the screen.
Hey,
That's where you are on mine.
Hey,
It's just
I
like
felt
all this hate is like coming up through the chat. Like everything you be saying is negative. Like you mentioned Kyle Trask in the same facet as Trevor Lawrence. You mentioned Aaron Rodgers in the same as LeBron James. You're just wilding tonight. Just wilding.
I didn't say that. John said that.
You co-signed it.
You did. You said
Co-signed me.
LeBron.
You did co-sign me.
Look, John said you did co-sign it.
I co-signed because he is LeBron-esque.
Oh my
No.
god.
Oh, bro. Go ahead, bro.
NBA news. Raptors may play in Louisville's KFC's Yum Center.
Louisville.
Due to
Sorry.
the travel ban that the U.S. has with Canada, the Raptors may have to play in the States.
Nope, not Louisville. Anywhere but Louisville.
It'd be wild to play in Louisville after the entire NBA
Yeah.
season.
They need to rename that KFC Yum Yum Center Breonna Taylor Arena. I said that in the chat.
Yeah, you said it way better there though.
Yeah. Nah, bro. She I don't like I don't like Louisville. Don't need no money. No, don't need to be making no money from nobody.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. They shouldn't play Louisville.
Put them in Tulsa.
I have Jeremy
playing
Grant.
Seattle. It's close. You go play Key Arena.
Seattle, Seattle low key deserve that.
They do.
Seattle deserve that. Let them play in Seattle. They deserve that.
They need to move the Pelicans to Seattle. No cap.
The Northwest. Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
And
then
huh?
You say it again, Jalen?
They do need to move the Pelicans to Seattle. I don't understand what's the.
Hey.
Guess what, Jalen?
It's a bigger match.
Even if they move them to Seattle, I still be a fan because that's my parents used to live there. So guess
Speaking
what? Jokes on
you.
And you should be.
They finally have a head coach. Goes by the name of Stan Van Gundy. Cut Carter.
With JJ Redick. Him and JJ Redick reunited.
Cut Carter, talk to me about this move. Why did they go after Stan Van Gundy, not like nobody else? You feel me?
Well, we went after Doc. Doc didn't want to come. It's fine. I guess I'd rather coach Ben and Embiid too, I guess. But, Stan Van Gundy, veteran coach, people kind of try to not blackball him, but force him out the league because of his GM mistakes with the Pistons, which included, trading. I think he traded Drummond. No. Did he do that? No. He did something with them GM-wise, and it was bad.
He traded Tobias. He traded, Dinwiddie.
He traded
a lot of their young core players that ended up being good.
Dinwiddie used to play the Pistons. Yes.
I did not.
And you know what I'm saying? But now he's back. He's coming back to reunite with his boy, who we also might trade. I think we should trade him. Let him go be a peacock and fly somewhere else. But yeah, Stan Van Gundy coming in, not making no GM moves. We got a GM. We got a president, basketball operations in David Griffin. So last time he coached a competitive team, the Pistons made the All-Star, but before that, took the Magic to the finals in 2009 where they lost to Kobe in the Lakers. So I could live with him coaching Zion, and he's known as the what they said, I forgot what they called him. They was like he's Mr. Spread the floor, the floor is gonna be open. Everything it's gonna be space for everybody to do whatever they want to do. So that's good for BI because BI like the ball. It's good for Zion because Zion like to get a running start. It's good for Lonzo because now Lonzo can drive and kick and not shoot threes.
They said 12 gauge him and Ben Simmons when they was playing one-on-one. Doom. All them bricks.
So now, because Lonzo did shoot well before the bubble, but then in the bubble it was
cooked.
That's what I'm saying.
I think
don't do that man like that.
First of all, okay, I'm gonna go back. So Stan's best team in my opinion was that Magic team. So he had Dwight. We got Jackson Hayes, young rookie center. We're gonna let Derek Favors walk in free agency. He had Jameer Nelson. Lonzo ain't no Jameer Nelson shooting the ball, but he could pass way better than Jameer Nelson and play with way better defense. And then his three was Michael Petras. Michael Petras played good minutes that year. Had a good season. We got BI, who is he was MIP candidate, and I feel like he can take his game up to another level and average 25, 26 this year.
So let me ask, because I don't wanna be on this topic for too long. Do the Pelicans have 2 All-Star players this year?
Yes.
No.
In the West.
They could be 2 All-Stars.
I think they can get one.
Yeah, I was gonna make it probably again, and then that Zion plays.
So we
Zion and BI making it.
So we are understanding that there still has to be some moves to be made, but Jamal Murray is definitely going to be an All-Star next year.
I don't know that.
Definitely.
We don't know that.
It's harder for point guards. We got people that's forwards. Everybody on our team will be in that other category.
Oh yeah,
they split it like that. That's what I'm saying. No guard on our team is making.
I think two is ambitious. I think they get one in for sure. Though. That's just my opinion.
BI just went.
I don't think it go back again though.
The BI is Zion.
I think Zion.
BI and Zion is what I'm saying. Yeah, it's no guard. It won't be guard.
I think Zion would take Ingram's spot. That's what I think.
Okay, because they're gonna push. They definitely gonna push.
You gotta go to the next. Well, can I go to the next topic of basketball then? Because this is what I'm leading into it, kind of. Paul George might be on the block. So if Paul George go to the East, that's another spot.
Paul George to make it to
Would you like Paul George in Miami?
Paul George to make it to the All-Star game this year.
No, I wouldn't.
He didn't. He was hurt.
No, I wouldn't.
He was hurt. Right? Hey, go pursue people.
If this was last season and y'all didn't have Jimmy Butler, you'd be happy Paul George came. But now,
I like Paul, bro, but I just don't think he fits what we trying to do culturally.
Need another scorer.
We do. Not him though.
Y'all need a bucket getter. Paul George could be that for y'all.
What do you mean coaches, JB? Like, you act like Paul George is a cancer. He's a great.
He could turn back the hands of time, Jalen.
No, not.
But I don't know if he's gonna like Jimmy getting in his grill. He might not like that. He might.
I don't want him if we can get Bradley Beal. Like,
y'all not getting Bradley Beal.
Getting Bradley Beal. He's going to the other conference if he.
Wait. Okay, I've been the number one driving this Paul George, but you would rather have Bradley Beal over Paul George?
Oh yeah.
Yes. 100%. Yes. 100%.
Thoughts?
Bradley Beal or Paul George?
Stan Van Gundy?
No.
We are probably trading Drew Holiday though. Drew Holiday and JJ Redick probably.
What do you think? Do you think they Bradley Beal or Paul George will fit better with the Miami Heat, John?
Paul George is the 88 overall in 2K21, and I just want
the 2K rating soon. About to get into that.
All right. But better fit PG or Bradley Beal for Miami? I think PG.
No, we're not. I wasn't talking about just in general for Miami. I was saying who's the better player.
Better player. Give me Paul George.
Paul George.
I'm taking Bradley Beal over Paul George.
Better player?
The defensive side. That's why.
Yeah, PG. He plays defense. I'm sorry, he does.
Does he?
In the playoffs? No. That's okay. But
that's not okay.
Regular season, I mean, it's gonna have to be from
Bradley Beal.
My 82 games, 6 months that I have him before the postseason. I need you to play defense.
As of
I gotta get to the postseason.
I got Bradley Beal.
I'll make my adjustments when we get there. Bradley Beal is not strapping up.
2020, I got Bradley Beal over PG.
Yes, 100%.
That's fine.
And
your
that's
team wants to score points. That's cool.
I love defense. I just think Bradley Beal is the better player now, and he proved. Bradley Beal got snubbed at the All-Star game. They both didn't go to the All-Star game last year, but Bradley Beal averaged 29 or 30 points last season.
He averaged 30
on a bad team.
He didn't, but he gets the most shots. Can't not now.
He got the most shots because he had nobody out there to help him.
That's why I said. That's why it's.
It wasn't his fault. John Wall got hurt again.
You're saying
averaging 30 is.
You're saying he's better than Paul George because Paul George didn't play good in the playoffs. That's why. We see Bradley
Beal last time in the playoffs he balled though.
He's better.
2016.
They lost to the Hawks.
2016 was the last time they made it.
They beat the Hawks.
When?
Hold
on. Not the Hawks. They played the Raptors.
Those Celtics.
Yeah.
Played the Celtics.
They lost to the Celtics in 6. They lost to the Celtics in 6. That was Kyrie Celtics, right?
Oh,
no, that was IT Celtics.
It was a year before.
He dropped 50 on them.
Yeah,
I remember that.
That's their last playoff.
They supposed to win. I wanted them to win that series.
They were supposed to win that series, but then Crowder was.
They went 7. They went 7.
Yeah, that was. See what I'm saying? That was their last run, and
they had Wall.
Let's talk about this.
That was the series. That was the series. IT sister died. They was not gonna lose that series.
Okay, nonetheless, John Wall. You said that was all John Wall. Like
the last time Bradley
both averaged like 20 some apiece.
The last time Bradley Beal was in the playoffs,
I said it was because John Wall was there
against the Toronto Raptors.
Okay,
I said the Raptors.
Yeah, 2018. I'm just making clarification.
Oh, they made it in 2018. Wait.
Yeah, they lost in 6 to the Raptors in 2018.
That was with just him.
No, John Wall
played in that. No, John Wall missed the last 2 seasons.
Look and see. John Wall did play in that.
Oh, yeah.
How would they be in the playoffs without John Wall? Please tell me.
Yes, y'all really be disrespecting John Wall though.
Okay. Before you say something,
for which series? They went 6 with the Raptors.
Y'all do be disrespecting John Wall for real.
Nobody disrespected John Wall. I just thought he was out.
He's in the league. PG when healthy.
He's not elite no more. You can't say elite.
Wait, what are we talking
about? He was leading the league in assists for multiple years.
We gotta focus this conversation.
Yeah, wait. I'm gonna mute everybody. All right, baby. Everybody unmute yourselves. We need a refresher. What are we arguing so I could be informed?
He said John Wall's elite.
I just think we need to break down the definition of elite.
John Wall's not elite.
Never been
John Wall.
Never been.
John Wall.
He was. I don't know about elite. He was.
When John Wall is
don't say he never was elite. Don't say he never was elite.
But don't say when he's healthy he's elite. It's been 2 years. We don't know.
Yeah,
but not, in my opinion, elite in basketball is the same term as superstar. John Wall ain't never been no damn superstar.
Yes, he has.
Ever.
Yes, he has.
Crazy.
Okay, yeah. No need to continue.
That's like saying Boogie a top 5 superstar.
When John Wall came out of college, that first 5 seasons, he was basically a superstar, bro. He came out.
We're not going to sit here and talk about the greatness of John Wall. We're not going to question the greatness of John Wall.
Greatness?
Like, we
What
we
the
not.
hell?
Yes, bro. What? That is
Obviously,
fine.
y'all forgot, bro. John Wall was
This man also plays
literally
defense. He's made a defensive team. Like he's fine. Like, I don't get it.
he was
defense.
really good defensively.
5-time All-Star. Like what's his
assist leader? He
Just make
used
sure
to lead the league in assists.
I don't know about
my God.
assists.
Yes, he.
I don't think he ever led the league in assists.
Look it up then, guys.
It's public. It's public information. Like
I know it is. And I'm telling you, he hasn't led the league in assists ever.
I'm literally telling you he has.
Okay, show me.
Yes,
Look
never
it
led
up.
the league in assists, JB.
Told you. Chris Paul exists. Steve Nash exists. Ricky Rubio exists. Like
His
he hasn't.
highest assist total was
Probably 10.
in 2016.
He's had 15 assist games, 20 assist
Five-time
games.
NBA
Yes.
All-Star, All-NBA third team, NBA All-Defensive Second Team 2015, All-Rookie First Team, Slam Dunk Contest Champion.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Like
didn't
that was
remember
like
that.
2015. Yeah, I remember that. It was like
And he was a
2014.
2010 round one first overall pick from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Good name
That's
is Hildreth.
Hey, Bruce.
So look,
He was the
my
first
boy
overall
Homelander
pick.
say, whoosh. Whoosh.
I think recently he has lost the eliteness in him. Yes, I do agree. But
Yeah, he's been injured for
think
2
he had
years.
he
That's
had it like 2013 to like 2017. Like that was him.
So
He was
name me a time where John Wall was a top 5 point guard in the game.
Big
hot.
B.
2013, 2014, 2015. Every single one of those years he was top 5.
Big
Every
B.
single one.
Yes.
All the years he went stupid.
He's that far. They were going to the playoffs. Like he was doing what he needed to do to carry those people.
Yo,
Like
Nah,
he
it's
let
him.
them.
crazy.
Are we done? Can I move on?
Yeah, we gonna move
Wait,
on.
hold
Please.
up.
I don't even know why we're talking about John Wall. Like, please.
His last season played was 2018-2019 season, and he played 32 games. He started 32
Yeah,
games.
he didn't even play that many games that season. Yeah,
And the
like,
season before that, he only played 41 games.
I think he's really over Washington. Like they're trash. I don't think he
But
wants to be
I
there.
think his best season was 2016-2017 when he was 26. But the other 2 seasons he couldn't stay healthy or he was coming off injury. But his best season was that 2016-2017 season. He averaged 20.
You know what? We moved on. I'm not
and 10.7 assists.
Because I just found what I needed to, but I'm gonna let y'all die on that hill. Because Kimba's up there too, right? I'm gonna let y'all die on that hill.
Kimba in the East, Kimba has been a top.
Kimba
10.
is fine. He led the Hornets like, to the postseason.
This
I can
guy-
rock with
Come
that.
on, what are you doing? Like, are you just picking out
His definition
old people name that you don't know about, that you don't remember watching or
his
something?
definition of elite is different than y'all.
Is Kyrie even? Because I already know.
No, but I said
Is
I
Kyrie
didn't say
even
Kimba
top
elite.
5
I just said
PG?
Kimba top 10. But John Wall used to be elite. Yes, at some point in his career, he was elite.
Okay, the Rockets announced that they won't blow up the team. They see no reason why to blow up the team. Do you guys agree with that decision?
Nope.
I agree.
Can you hire a GM first before you start saying what y'all gonna do?
What you not gonna do? The owner gonna tell him. The owner said we ain't blowing up.
Like who wants to come in and take that job and say, okay, if you're not gonna let me do what I need to do, then why am I gonna come here?
So I got to keep everybody here, right? Yes, you got to
Right.
keep Covington and Russell and Harden and House and Gordon are untouchable. So what can I trade? They're gonna be like, what's the name? Sam Decker. You trade Sam Decker.
Right.
They best bet if they're not gonna trade nobody, they better make a run for Andre Drummond.
He
They better
said
try to get Andre Drummond with all their might.
He said there is no reason to blow up the roster. This is still our window the next couple of years. James and Russell are in their early 30s. We're not blowing up anything. We plan on contending. We're going to do whatever we had to do to win.
He said
So
early 30s. Like
That's not late. Like that's not low key.
like,
They could
That's
drop
way out.
off. Like I'm not saying they're gonna drop off soon, but at any given moment, past 31, 32,
bro.
it's expected that you kind
If
of
your
drop
name
off.
not LeBron,
35.
if your name like LeBron,
Bro,
Kobe,
what?
you're not finna play at a high
Who
level.
played,
past
bro?
32.
Who was really good after 35 like that though? Jordan wasn't even
That's
that
what I'm
good.
telling
Like,
I'm saying
Malone.
they'll start dropping. I
Say
said
who?
they will drop off at 35.
Karl Malone.
Bro. After 35, bro, it ain't that many people. It's not.
No, it's not. No.
Kobe, Bron, maybe Tim Duncan, Steve Nash, and he wasn't even at that high level.
that's when he was
Like,
good after 35.
so, but he was contributing.
But like I said, they do have a technical window, but they better build the best team possible. So Andre Drummond should be first on their list of people they're talking to.
What it sounds like is that they have. It sounds like whoever said that statement is banking on this next season to be that.
That was the owner.
He's the owner. He's telling you.
Well,
Yeah.
whatever. He's anticipating next season being it. And I don't see how you go through what happened this year again and then say, at the end of next season.
I remember this, John. They didn't have a center. They thought that was gonna work. They thought not having a center was gonna work.
In his defense, I think Houston's they need to be more defensive centric, and they do need to go out and get a center.
They have defense. They're not even that bad defensively. They're getting better.
No. But what I'm saying is,
D'Antonio coach defense, bro. It's all about pulling. It's all about running down.
It's all about running and getting threes.
They were starting to play defense. Even Harden was, and I think Harden is
the best defense in the bubble.
He got a block, bro. That's why you're saying he's starting to play defense. It was crunch time.
No. James Harden was getting steals, Derek, in the bubble.
Bro,
James Harden is getting better defensively. I think he's taking it seriously.
That's bad passing.
No, he's been ripping.
He has gotten better defensively. You can no longer say that James Harden is a defensive liability. You can't say that.
Giannis. You watching the PACT Live pod, Giannis?
I think they gotta go get Drummond if they're gonna keep him. If not, they need to shake it up. Drummond
go get Gobert.
Yeah, they need a big. It's gonna be hard to get a really good big without giving.
He played his best with Capella. I think him and Capella would have thrived, but they would never got right.
I don't know why they got rid of Capella. That didn't make sense to me.
No, Covington ended up being their best defender though, so that was smart.
Getting Covington was cool. Yeah.
Before we get into the 2K21 ratings, I want to announce that Jeremy Grant is the most valuable free agent out there. Do you guys agree with me?
No.
Tell me why you know.
Danilo Gallinari is the most valuable free agent out there.
You're crazy.
Gallinari. Oh my God.
Jeremy Grant's the most valuable free agent.
All right.
His versatility on the offensive floor and a defensive floor. He developed. I watched him play in OKC and watched him develop into a stout defender who could. He went at LeBron, went at Kawhi and Paul George, played them well.
This man just said Danilo Gallinari.
Yes.
Gallinari?
Yes.
Okay, y'all ready to hear? You ready to hear my list? Okay. So I'm telling you actual list of free agents. So Gordon Hayward has a player option.
Maybe. Why are you telling me? I tweet on that.
I'm just naming free agents that's out there. Gordon Hayward has a player option. Paul Millsap, unrestricted free agent. DeMar DeRozan, player option. He's going to opt out. DeMar DeRozan is a top 5 available free agent.
Yeah, give me DeMar DeRozan.
Otto Porter, player option. He's going to opt in because he probably never made that much money again. Andre Drummond, player option. He's opting out. Anthony Davis, unrestricted free agent, but we know where he's going back. Hassan Whiteside, unrestricted free agent. Nicholas Batum, player option. Marc Gasol, unrestricted. Serge, unrestricted. Danilo, unrestricted.
Give me Serge over Danilo. What?
Eric Favors, unrestricted. Bismack Biyombo, unrestricted. No. Tim Hardaway Jr., player option. Kent Bazemore, unrestricted. Evan Turner, Goran Dragic, unrestricted. Evan Fournier, player option. Tristan Thompson, Ian Mahinmi. Bobby Portis got a team option.
I didn't hear nobody more valuable than Jeremy Grant.
Jordan Clarkson, unrestricted.
He's more valuable than Jeremy Grant?
Myers Leonard, Andre Roberson, John Henson, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Etuan Moore, Bogdan Bogdanovic, the young one. He restricted. He restricted, yeah. Jay Crowder, Montrezl Harrell, and that's about it. Everybody else is either like player option or club option.
John, you taking Gallinari over Montrez?
No, I didn't realize Gallinari was 32. That's the issue.
Austin, he played option.
So you did all that to say
that you were wrong.
Andre Drummond and DeRozan are the best two.
Are more valuable than Jeremy Grant? No.
Yes.
Yes, Bruiser. Yes, Bruiser.
Yes.
Who can score?
Andre Drummond's the best
defender.
Period.
Stop. They're not messing with Jeremy Grant. Value. I'm not saying they're a better player, but value to your team.
Bruiser. He just had his first
Andre Drummond
elite playoff experience. Bruiser.
Why are you bringing up the past when we were talking about his recent playoff performance? That's how you get paid off. That's
what I just talked about. I just
said elite.
DeMar has been in the playoffs.
I don't like that.
Last year, Drummond. I remember last year Drummond was in the playoffs.
Wait, what? What I say? Elite.
You said elite.
He had elite playoff experience. He did. That was his most experience, and he was a key factor to that team's success.
No,
he had a
great playoff run.
He had a great playoff run.
Had a great
elite.
Elite don't mean I didn't say he's elite. I said he bro, that game he had 27 was unexpected.
Y'all are unbelievable.
So Jeremy Grant.
I still say Andre Drummond and DeMar DeRozan the best two out there.
I'm not.
They are.
I said valuable.
They are.
It's valuable.
DeMar's more.
Hey.
Yes, Bruiser.
I like.
That's if DeMar ends up in purple and gold.
You think DeMar would fit better with the Lakers than Jeremy Grant would fit in with the Lakers?
You know what's funny? They can get both.
They can.
Yes, they can.
Crazy.
They
Okay.
can get both. They can get both, but that would mean trading Kuzma. But I would do that to get both.
Yes.
Jeremy Grant's most valuable free agent out there. 2016.
No, you cannot say that. Bruce, he didn't beat the All-Star game.
I don't know. There are a lot of good players.
You're missing up valuable with better. I think that's the issue here.
But if you're better, aren't you more valuable?
No, because you could use, for example, Kyle Lowry. I don't think Kyle Lowry is better than Siakam, but he's more valuable to the Toronto Raptors. I don't think what's his name? Oh, I don't think Clay is not. I don't think Clay's better than Steph Curry, but Clay is more valuable to the Warriors than Steph. Like, what are you saying,
sir? Let me stop you right now. Steph is the most important piece on that team. Whoever is on it,
you're
and
crazy.
Andre Drummond
you're
is the 2020 man himself. Andre Drummond is not more valuable.
Drummond's not good.
Bro, Drummond is great. He gets steals. He gets rebounds.
Oh, my God.
He does.
He
averaged 2 steals. Like, bro, y'all not going to sit here and do this to Andre Drummond, bro.
It's not y'all. It's one person.
Like, y'all are ridiculous. I do think he's more valuable than
y'all.
I feel you. I think he's more valuable than Jeremy Grant. But
we could use the
one
same
person.
My bad, John. I mean,
one person.
You go. My bad. You go.
Go ahead. All right. No, I was gonna say the person that y'all are overlooking in free agency is Fred VanVleet, bro. Like, this man averaged 36 minutes last year. This man averaged 20 points last year. And I do think whoever lands Fred VanVleet is immediately going to be in a position.
He is unrestricted
free
agent.
This man said average 36 minutes.
I think he's unrestricted, and I think the Raptors better do their best to bring him back.
That shows he has durability, Jalen.
If they don't bring him back, and they let him go to a 5-team.
Talk about it, John. Jalen just be talking.
What Jalen say?
He said,
I use 36 minutes
like that ain't
justify,
a big deal.
Like, I'm saying, like, bro.
I thought you was gonna say like points or something. I don't care about how many minutes this play.
We know Fred VanVleet is a walking bucket.
I think Toronto gonna resign him. I was talking about phrases that will leave there.
Oh, he's unrestricted. He doesn't have to go.
He's unrestricted. He doesn't have to go back.
He's gonna go back.
You don't want him to leave Toronto, but he's going to leave.
You don't want him to leave. You don't want him to leave.
He might not. He might not.
He's gonna come back.
Not what?
He's gonna come back.
I don't think he's going anywhere. He's not starting. So is he gonna start?
Starts in Toronto.
He'll start. He'll start.
He will start Toronto.
I'll tell you that.
Starts in Toronto.
He started this year.
Yes. What?
Yeah. That's their 2 guard. Yes.
I didn't know they started him. I thought he stood out the bench. My bad.
You don't watch Canadian basketball.
I don't.
Hey man,
I don't watch teams that lucked up on a ring. I'm sorry.
Lucked up on a ring.
Y'all did luck up on the ring, and that's not even debatable.
It's
not even debatable.
If you say
take it.
I ain't gonna lie, but look, don't get me wrong. I'm happy they lucked up on his ring.
That could be the same thing. That could be the same about LeBron, how he lucked up on this ring this year. But I guess
how did he?
How did he
luck up on the ring?
Nobody got hurt. Everybody got invited to the bubble.
Oh my goodness.
He didn't run into the Clippers, so that's why he lucked up.
Hell, y'all look at the screen. Oh my God. Yeah.
What happened?
Look at the screen, bro.
Sport?
Look at the screen, bro.
Oh, he tripped.
He tripped.
Oh my goodness.
Was that a read option?
He was wide open. It was wide open field. He got a turf monster. Y'all saw it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh my!
He got him celebrated like you should have scored.
He was wide open.
He looked tired.
But that read was crazy. Oh my goodness!
How do you not score?
He hold the ball.
He faster than I thought.
Oh yeah, he started tripping. He running too fast, boys.
He hold the ball so funny, bro.
Bro, he looked ridiculous right now.
He was grimacing.
Let's before we move on from sports, let's talk about NBA 2K20 run ratings. Dun, 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 dun. LeBron James is a 98 player.
That's disrespectful.
He's the number 1 ranked player in NBA 2K21. He's a 98. LeBron James.
Well,
Got
Best
you.
player in the world.
Jimmy Butler.
Should be a 99.
Jimmy Butler.
What's Jimmy rated?
Is a 93.
I think that's as high as ever.
It is.
Wait, Jimmy's not. Wait, who's 93?
Jimmy
Butler.
That's hard. I like it. Bro.
I love it.
Ain't
Finally,
gonna
my
make
boy
you
gets some
know.
respect.
Ain't gonna make you no better in 2K.
Who said I was mine too?
Jalen go buy 2K. Bro, you know you gonna buy 2K.
Jalen go pull up the play 2K. He like, I don't even play that, but Jimmy 93, I gotta see how it feels.
Jimmy better than 93 is love, bro. I'm happy to see it.
I got you. Either we're gonna guess above a 90 or below a 90. Jamal Murray.
Below.
He's a 90 solid.
He's an 87.
Below.
Derek.
Yeah, damn, Derek.
Damn.
I mean, when they were tweeting it, you could have clicked it like I did.
Derek. I'm doing this.
What is he?
He's an 87.
Ruined it.
Dang, how you gonna ruin
I wasn't listening to Derek, so I want him to be a 90.
Derek on mute because you on my mute. Giannis, is he above a 95 or below a 95?
Giannis is a 95.
Above.
He is above. He's a 97.
Just play along, Derek. Dang.
I'm saying. Luka Doncic, is he above a 95 or below a 95?
Luka was a 96 on 2K20. So he's probably a 96 again.
He probably above slightly.
Demond?
I say 96.
I say yeah to 95. You trying to trick us?
Luka Doncic is a 94 overall player in NBA 2K21. 94.
Offensively, he played like he had 99. Good God.
Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert. Who do you guys think is higher? Who has a higher overall? Mitchell?
Man, this finna piss me off.
Donovan has a higher overall.
Donovan, right?
Donovan has to.
Yes, Donovan is an 88. Gobert is an 87.
Why is Donovan a 90?
Yeah, could have given him a 90.
Devin Booker, y'all favorite player who hasn't won a playoff game or been to the playoffs.
I don't care.
Is he above a 90 or below a 90?
Adam 90.
I think he's below. I think he's at 89.
I'm going to tell you what he should be. He should be at least a 94, 95 off the rip.
Okay.
Wow.
95. Relax.
An 88.
I think 89 is more respectful.
He should be a 90.
He should be higher than Donovan Mitchell, so they're the same.
But a 95, Jalen, 95, 94, he is not on the same level as Luka.
Yes,
they are not.
I know.
He's not on a good team like Luka.
No, sir, he's not.
Put him in a better
level.
situation.
Luka team not even that. Luka team not even that 5.
Luka gets more assists.
We're not gonna do that.
What?
The Mavericks not even that 5 for real.
Time out.
Porzingis don't play for them no more.
Is Derek supporting Luka Doncic right now?
I'm saying, bro, like, they do have Kristaps, but he's injury prone. He came off a torn ACL, and now
Devin Booker doesn't get rebounds and assists like Luka. That's all you gotta do to end that. He's the better.
You telling me the team that just had the best year statistically, offensively in NBA
because
history.
Because of Luka, literally because of Luka.
Because of one player. Okay, you got it.
Yes, because of one player. Yes, exactly.
You got it.
Yes. You take him out of the equation.
Literally, yeah.
I mean, if you take him out of the equation, Tim Hardaway Jr. and not doing that, and Jalen Brunson.
They're not, bro. Bro, none of them handle the ball. None of them. Luka handles everything, bro. Do you watch their games? Like,
KP.
Curry doesn't bring the ball up.
Kristaps Porzingis.
Trey Burke don't even bring the ball up. They don't. They play through Luka.
Kristaps Porzingis.
Didn't play at the beginning of the year.
And missed the bubble. And missed the playoffs.
It's actually Kristaps Porzingis.
I don't care. Listen, on the Suns, can you name me another piece, a complimentary piece that Devin Booker has? He doesn't have.
Kelly Oubre.
No.
Kelly Oubre.
No,
DeAndre Ayton.
He's not.
First off,
Ricky Rubio.
DeAndre Ayton.
Mikael Walker. Mikael Bridges.
DeAndre Ayton has not arrived yet.
Javon Carter.
Tyler Johnson. Not Tyler Johnson. What's the dude name?
Darius
Saric. From
Carolina.
Johnson, the dude from Carolina, the rookie.
I like Monty Williams, so hopefully they'll be better this year. But honestly, bro, like before then, like Devin Booker has been set up for failure. The dude is a walking bucket. He literally is.
He's not set up for
failure. A lot of NBA players.
The Suns are not bad. The Suns are good, bro.
He went 8-0 in the bubble, bro. And me personally, I would have rathered had seen him get in the A spot. That's just me.
But you rather them get beat in 4 rather than the Blazers losing 5?
Who said they would have lost in 5 too?
No, they wouldn't have.
No.
That's the common thing.
This is the same guy who said, I just don't see it out of Bron. I don't know how they're gonna win it this year. This is
the
saying
Suns had a chance to beat the Lakers. They did not, bro.
Derek,
too young.
Oh, not Derek. The Boston Celtics, their three best players. I want you guys to predict what order they're in from 1, 2, and 3. Derek, did you see this list already? If you did, you
Yeah,
can.
I'm not gonna say nothing, bro. God damn.
Tatum,
We
Brown,
know
Walker.
who number one. Yeah,
All right.
come on.
You
We
said
know
what,
number
John?
one.
Tatum, Brown, Walker.
Jalen.
Tatum, Brown, Walker.
And you
We
agree,
know.
Damon?
Yes, we know who
Let
number
me
one
drop
is.
the bomb.
Do you think
Let me
Tatum
drop
is
the
a
bomb.
90?
We
Tatum
know
should, yeah.
that Walker is probably before Brown. We know that.
No, he's
But
not.
like,
They're
but then
equal,
cool.
actually. God damn.
Tatum is a 90. Brown and Walker are both 86.
Which is
Okay,
effed
that's
up.
disrespectful.
I would
Jalen
have
Brown
gave
should be an
Jalen.
88.
I would have
If
gave
all them other
Jalen
dudes got the
89.
88.9, he should have got the 88.9. I
Is it
didn't like that.
disrespectful to Kemba or
Yeah,
disrespectful to
that's
Jalen Brown?
It's disrespectful to
It's
Jalen
not-
Brown. He should be higher.
Jalen Brown, he should be
It sounds
way
like
higher than that.
Kimba should be at 85, not no 86. But
Yeah,
whatever.
he could go down one, and Jalen Brown should be at 88 at least. He should be at 88 with Mitchell in them.
88,
I guess we all.
89,
I guess
in my
we all
opinion.
didn't watch. I guess Ronnie 2K.
Because I don't
didn't watch
understand. I don't understand how
bubble
Tatum
games
get to
when he was
90, and he was the one airballing and missing, going 0 for 7 in the first half.
I think Jalen Brown is amazing.
It's-
I think he had a great bubble experience.
I think Jalen Brown and
he was
Tatum like
very
a duo.
consistent.
But I could give Tatum that nod at 90, but Jalen Brown's better defensively. That's why I feel like they could, like where he lacked, they kind of.
Tatum's a 90. Tatum's a
No,
90.
I think Tatum should be higher than a 90.
He's a 90. That's out of pocket. I ain't gonna count. That's kind of wild.
He shouldn't be over Donovan Mitchell and them either. They all accomplished the same amount of stuff.
Yeah, I don't think he should be over Donovan.
They all 88s. If you can get Devin Booker to 88, they all 88s. All of them. Murray
I don't
should be
even think they
88.
should be 88.
And Tatum
He
was
just
getting
doing it
cooked
for the
on
sake of the
defense.
game.
And
Tatum don't be playing defense. He be getting cooked.
No,
Like,
but I'm trying to
Tatum
figure
do
out
be playing
how
defense.
Jamal
What were
Murray
you
get
watching?
87 after what he just accomplished in the conference finals.
bro, Tatum on ball is not like that, dog. I'm
Well,
not gonna argue and say it is.
It's-
It is.
Okay.
Wow. What you say, Jalen? John, what y'all arguing?
I'm telling him Tatum on ball defense is not that far. Like, his defense
We
is
not saying he all defensive, bro, but he plays both ends of the floor.
I'm saying that is the reason why he shouldn't be a 90. He should be an 89 at least.
Jesus.
Boy, y'all some.
Okay.
Y'all some.
I just don't like the fact that Jalen Brown on the same level as Kimba when Jalen Brown outplayed him and was tremendous in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying.
Trey Young.
Daniel Jones hit
Above a 90
21
or below
miles
a
an hour.
90?
He's a 90 exactly.
Jalen.
Do y'all get the growing theme here now going on?
Jalen, above a 90 or below a 90? Trey Young.
Below.
Damon.
Should be above.
Who'd you
though.
say? Who you say?
Trey Young, above a 90 or below a 90?
At a 90.
The 88.
I
80.
told you. Y'all don't get the
He
growing
should
theme.
fit.
They're all 88s. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all.
It
Ronnie
don't make
2K
sense,
should
bro.
be 5.
It don't
Yeah,
make
we
sense,
are.
bro.
James Harden, above a 95 or below a 95?
Above.
At 95.
Probably a 96.
Jadon got it on right on the dot, 96. Then Kevin Durant and KD. It's Kyrie at a 90 or below a 90?
He's at a 90.
I
Below.
think they blackballed him and put him below a 90. I definitely think that.
They
Jalen?
gave him an 88. They gave him an 88 for sure.
The
Nah,
90.
you would think that though.
Kyrie
Come
Irving's
on.
a 90. Kevin Durant at a 95 or below a 95?
They
Yeah,
probably gave him a 95. But he really should be a 98.
He got a 95.
He should be a 97. But so I'm being told Luka and James Harden are better than.
Luka's 94.
Yeah, Luka
Bro,
90.
Oh,
And-
I'm sorry.
and
I'm
KD
thinking about
didn't even-
2K, 20.
KD
Yeah.
95.
It
Luka
don't-
94.
It don't matter.
Harden
It
to
don't
96. Giannis 97. LeBron 98. We all
Harden
know
ain't
Giannis.
never been.
Somebody that's a
been better.
97 shouldn't be a 97.
Giannis being a 97 is just so irking to me, bro. Like, Giannis being ranked that high. I'm like, bro, dog.
And all they do is crab
literally
walk with
just
him on the
drive.
bench.
We got
You
four more.
drive.
We got four more. Klay Thompson, above a 90 or below a 90?
Below.
A 90 or below a 90?
At
Probably
90.
87.
Nope. What they always give him, John? What they
87.
always give him? No.
Jalen?
89. Damn.
Yep.
Clay definitely
I
deserve
know.
a 90.
That's what he always was. He always at 89.
Shut up.
I'm just including injuries. Like, if he didn't play, I
Shut up.
don't know why. 89.
Steph Curry, at a 95 or below a 95?
At
Below?
You on mute, Jalen. I don't know if you're talking. Oh, you talking to somebody. He's at 95. Zion Williamson. At a 85, above 85 or below 85?
I'm above.
Zion's above the 85.
I think he should be at
I'm done.
86.
I'm done.
He has 86.
Stop, Jalen.
'86.
Yeah.
Jamal Murray is 1 point better than Zion. Crazy.
And last but not least, the cover athlete Damian Lillard. Is he at a 90? Is he above a 95 or below a 95?
Zion's the cover athlete, Bruiser.
95.
Is also the cover athlete. Shut up, Derek.
I'm talking next gen.
At a 95 or below a 95?
95.
95.
95 on a dot. Yes, sir.
Hey, don't get off the ground no more, bro.
He's eating Daniel Jones, bro.
Before we move on to music, the World Series is going on. I want to hear the World Series predictions. I have the
Dodgers 6.
Tampa in 7.
No ties to Tampa, but you.
I have ties to Florida, sir. Shut up.
Why
you have no ties to LA. Damn, talking to me.
You got it.
It's gonna be a good series.
You and me.
Because John's about to talk. God damn.
I wasn't even talking no more.
You was talking.
Man, it's gonna be a good series. Like I said, the Dodgers, we're gonna handle business. Every year they get very, very close, and this is the year they can't blow it again. It just comes down to great pitching, staying disciplined, keeping the bats hot, hitting home runs. They should be straight. Dodgers in 6.
Devon.
Dodgers, man. You know me. Hey, baseball. Hey,
Mookie Betts a dog. I heard.
Yeah. I heard his situation is similar to AD.
John, is that true?
Me, John.
What are you talking about? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Or somebody didn't want him and they moved on from him.
Who are you talking about?
Mookie Betts.
Oh, Mookie, the Red Sox, right? So they didn't want to re-sign him for that extended amount of time. And the Dodgers, he's signed for 12 years. He's 28. So he's playing with them until he's 40. And the Boston Red Sox just, I guess, didn't want to throw him the bag for that long amount of time. And the Dodgers said, we got you. So he's going to win a ring just like he won one in 2018 with them.
Thanks for the math there, Booger.
I could touch out that too. I could have told you that too.
You didn't know 12 plus 28 equal 40? Man, I'm glad to teach y'all something.
Before we get to music, Lovecraft Country, the great show on HBO Max streaming service. You seen it, John? You finished it?
I have finished.
Jalen, you finished it? Are you watching
I've never seen it.
Do you care if we spoil or no?
Bro, that junk fall. I don't think you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I actually do. I have no idea what y'all
probably
should
watch it.
You should watch it.
Know what we're talking about.
I think you'll like it.
You should watch it, bro.
I'm
surprised you haven't watched it.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't watched it. I think you'll like it.
No cap. I will be saying that.
I enjoyed it, the whole 10 episodes. I told Derek, and I said, if they could just end it right here and don't have like a season 2, it'll be fine the way it left off. So shout out to I forgot who wrote it and everything, but Jesse Smollett's sister, Journey Smollett. Let me see her name. Brother like Jameis, he the next man about to go in Hollywood and go crazy. Just shout out to everyone involved, the research, the impact, just having the awareness to go back, research these things, and include them by adding real life things that happened that occurred in history and just adding them to the story. I like that.
Oh, is this another slave show? I can't.
It's not a slave show.
It's not a slave show.
It's not a slave show.
I was going to say,
it's not a slave show. It is a show. It is a show centered around Black trauma, though, and the events that have occurred in Black history in America.
Yeah.
But it's good though, cause like a twist,
But it's really good.
Like Stranger
It's really good. That's not even. Yeah, like what we just said isn't even a half of that show.
I'm finna be at home pissed. Man,
you are gonna be mad. Hey, look, no cap. I know that's why they had them a week apart, because like you could binge watch it, but it's a lot of trauma, bro. Like if you sit there and watch it, you're gonna have all these these memories of the things that have happened to Black people negatively in your head if you binge watch it. So I think it's probably best to take some days apart, like just watch 2 episodes, because it's that heavy. But to share my review, this is a great show. This is literally like my favorite show ever that I've ever seen.
More than Power?
More than Power. Like it's that far.
Hey.
Nah. The reason, Power, yeah, it's a crime show.
There's 2 different types of shows.
Yeah, I love crime shows, but this is for me, where I came from, Morehouse, and then going into my profession and teaching young Black kids, like to see a show like this that represents the things that have happened in a refreshing and normalized way, I think it's going to be very impactful for future generations to come. I definitely commend, I think this is Misha Green who scripted this. Like, she did a great job of bringing all these real events in, putting it on TV, having a balls to do this, because like I'm thinking about our counterparts and them watching this TV series and thinking like, you know, how they felt, because I don't even look at white people the same no more. And it's unfortunate, but it's a great show in general. The plot, very smooth. Characters, Journey Smollett, you are my bae. You are fine as like, very good job.
Sir, you couldn't use a different word.
That's how I feel about her. Watch it. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, can you not?
Fulgham. Ooh, 6. Ooh. Not 6.
You like ruining the game.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my god,
Eric,
bro.
you want to give a Lovecraft review, or are we to move on? Cause it's a new music.
I think he's ready to move on.
New music.
Lovecraft was good. Yeah, I pretty much said everything about it. Lovecraft was good. The lead actor, Jonathan
James
Majors was good. Justice Journey Smollett was really good. I actually ended up watching one of her movies. I didn't know she was in Birds of Prey. I watched that yesterday. She was also solid in there with
I gotta watch that.
the lady that played Harley Quinn.
Margaret Roberts.
Jalen, it is a horror movie, bro. So don't watch it at night.
He likes
It's a
horror.
movie.
He likes that.
I like
I
horror.
said he's gonna like it. You gonna like
When
it.
you saw they said Sinister is the most scary movie ever, the scariest movie ever.
It is.
They had
No, I wouldn't say it's the scariest,
On Netflix?
but it's up there though.
and they said
You can't. I personally.
Oh, you go. You got it.
Sinister?
No,
They said Sinister is
I
the
would personally
scariest
say,
movie
bro.
ever, based on like the way the audience reacted to like their heart rate and like when scenes showed up in a movie. And they said the biggest jump scare was in Insidious, like ever. The biggest jump scares in the first.
Insidious, yeah, that junk had me terrified. Yes.
Bruh.
Because the jump out scene is like you're literally just watching and that junk like flips back to another camera angle. Yeah. I couldn't have saw that in the movie. I couldn't have seen that in theaters. Well, I would have been out.
You literally can't watch Sinister by yourself. Like, it's impossible.
Yeah, the
Like,
plot,
I can't watch it by myself.
I seen the second one. I ain't seen the first one. I was like low key too scared, but the plot of it is like great. That's why I rocked with it.
He said,
the first one is scarier than the second one, bro.
Yeah, the second one wasn't even that scary.
Have you seen
The
Insidious?
first
Both
one
of
is
them?
definitely scary.
I can't watch.
I've seen the
Three
Insidious.
of them. The first one.
Yeah.
I watched the first one in high school at school in the biology class. So there's no windows and the pitch black on the projector. Everybody's in the screaming.
I watched
The
Insidious
window,
on my phone, and that's the last scary movie
Window,
I've seen on my phone.
They talking. I guess not. Gotcha.
What's it, bro?
What? No. What happened? What'd you say, bro? I'm sorry.
I wanted the mind to say what he said. I couldn't hear him. Y'all was laughing, but he didn't say nothing.
I was trying to wait for them to finish.
I guess not. Like bro from the who performed the Bucks game. Yeah, he was like, I guess not.
I was saying, I watched Insidious on my phone, and that is the last scary movie I watched on my phone.
I ain't watching nothing scary up close and personal like that.
But I was like this, watching that thing.
Bruh.
Drop the phone, boy.
If I watch a scary movie, I need
Conjuring.
15 people next to me.
Oh, the Bondra? Oh.
The Conjuring, bro. It's probably one of the scariest movies you
I seen
ever
the
watched,
first,
bro.
the first and the second one scared me, boy.
What's the clapping thing in Conjuring, bro? What's that about? What's the
That
clapping
junk
thing?
bro, that's not funny.
But
I'm trying to figure out what's that
I
about.
don't play with that movie, bro.
Bro, she was in the garage, and she had the lighter, and you can't see nothing in the garage. All you see is hands come up, pop out the light. I said, nope, I'm good.
dog,
I'm good.
that whole movie was just too much, bro.
And it's set in like 1973, I think, or some old time. But yeah, It's like, it's
Nah, this one they be messing me up with them scary movies. They put based on story. I'd be like,
Oh yeah,
It is though.
They said the first Strangers,
What is-
bro. Like I
the
seen
Blair, the Blair Witch Project.
that's
Have y'all seen
still
that?
scary, bro.
Yeah, the
Bro,
Blair
that
Witch
got me messed up
Project
talking about these scary
was
movies and
OD.
stuff, bro. Switch the conversation.
Music.
Don't do scary movies.
Wait, before we go, they said the Strangers movie. That was movie hard. That was really scary though. You got it, cut.
What?
New music.
Strangers, the first one.
Is
I haven't seen that.
it's definitely like up there, 100%.
I haven't seen that.
All right. New music. Last week we got Party Pack by Party Next Door.
That ain't new music.
What?
Party Pack not new music.
But he just dropped it. And there's songs we like the songs that got released but like was leaks. Bro, why you interrupt me? I was in my groove. All right. Burden Approved by Benny the Butcher dropped last week. As well as Mario dropped an EP. Mario. Yeah. And then we also got Jeezy new songs, a new Jeezy song. We also got T.I.'s new album called Libra. It's like the Libra, a Libra scale, something like that. It's not showing on here right now. Oh, the Libra, Libra, like acronym. And apparently it's a new Kanye West song called Nah Nah Nah, but
did not listen to it. I didn't
know it came out last week. I just seen it.
Was I gonna listen to it? Nah Nah Nah.
Justin Bieber and Benny Blanco, Lonely. By Yourself by Ty Dolla Sign featuring Jhené Aiko and Mustard. Your Mind Still featuring Drake by Young Blue. Lana Del Rey dropped something. And Gucci Mane dropped his So Icy Gang Volume 1. Yeah. So for this upcoming week, today, Ariana Grande is dropping something new. We also have
I will be tuning in.
Ty Dolla Sign will be dropping his album called Featuring Ty Dolla Sign. I am excited to listen. That's probably my first listen. Comethazine dropped Bosky 4, Dave East, Karma 3 Deluxe, Dej Low, Sell Soul 2. Sell Soul 1 was actually a pretty good mixtape, but you know, I want to make her come back after all these years with Sell Soul 2. Might have to check it out. Yak Gotti dropped Gotti Out of Here. Jonah Lucas dropped Evolution EP. Lakel dropped his LOVE, Love. Lakel is actually a pretty good artist if y'all never listened to him too. Chase B, OMB, Bloodbath, and Ken the Man For Me are a single that's dropping. The Kid Leroy, Juice WRLD artist, and Lil Bibby artist dropped a song called So Done. Saweetie's dropping a song with Jhené Aiko called Back to the Streets. BFB the Pac-Man dropping a song called Honey Pack. D Savage to be announced. Jack Harlow dropped Tyler Hero with a video that's out now. Jeezy and Yo Gotti dropping a song called Back. Lil Gotti dropping a song featuring PJ called Telling You, and that's also out now. And Rico Nasty dropped a song featuring Don Toliver and Gucci Mane called Don't Like Me, out now. Which brings me to my top 5, no debating. I
wrote down some music topics before you go. Metro Boomin said deluxe albums are played out. Do you guys agree?
No, I don't.
I don't either. But I get what he was trying to do.
I get everybody's doing it now, so it's a trend. So him not doing it and doing the chopped up, not slopped up was in good taste. However, chopped up, not slopped up music is not for everybody. It's really, it was invented in Houston. Shout out DJ Screw. So I don't know if he admitted it though, but still shout out DJ Screw.
He did. He said shout out DJ Screw on his Instagram post. Yeah.
It started in Houston. So it's like really when you listen to that music, you're supposed to be in a certain state, you know what I'm saying? Doing some rapper beverages. That's what I call it, because I don't know how Bruce is going to edit that. Drinking a little purple stuff or pink or whatever color you may get. However,
maybe clear,
yeah, it's supposed to be in a certain state when you do listen to it, I think, because it's like when you're normal, you don't really sound the same. But also, it's in good taste because Metro has been leading this campaign about make 3 6 Mafia a group again, and that's kind of like a not a slight, but like a, in reference to them a little bit, because 3 6 Mafia, even though they're from Memphis, they made a lot of music that was like the chopped and screwed vibe. But yeah, I mean, I listen to it. It's just when you listen to that, you're not supposed to be expecting to be like turned up. It's really supposed to be like chill, like chopped up. Now it's like everything in slow motion, like pretty much.
Got you. And last but not least, I want to shout out Good Kid, Mad City. Came out 8 years ago today, October 22nd, 2012. Arguably Kendrick Lamar's best project. So shout out to Kendrick. And before I give the cut to for his top 5, just want to pose a question to you guys. Does October present the best musical artists?
Yes. Some of them.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Drake.
You got Drake. Drake was born this month. You got Young Boy. You got
those who were born. In this month?
Yeah, born in October. Yeah.
Okay.
You got T.I., you got Jeezy.
Young boy.
Lil Wayne a Libra, but he's not born in October.
Roddy Ricch's birthday was today or something like that.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Usher's birthday is
October 14th. Yeah.
21 party.
Savage birthday. Lil Durk birthday. Yeah, it's a lot of people birthday in October. Good month. My favorite month of the year. I want to bring a question to y'all real quick because I actually seen a post about it earlier. What is your favorite Drake and Lil Wayne collaboration?
Money to Blow, if that counts.
I can name them for you because I had to make a playlist because they didn't have them all listed. So we got Ransom, Man of the Year, Ish, Successful, Unstoppable, I'm Going In, Uptown, Forever with Kanye and Eminem, For My Town, Money to Blow, Bedrock, Every Girl Miss Me, Gonorrhea with You, right above it, I'm On One, Hyper, The Real Her, The Motto, She Will Is Good, Pop That, Love Me, No New Friends, Believe Me, Grinding, Truffle Butter, Only, Used To, No Frauds, both remix featuring Drake and Lil Wayne by Gucci Mane.
Bruh, The Real Her hit different, bro. Trying to tell you, boy.
Houston girls, the way it goes.
Is that not it? Like, what we doing?
What's it, bro? It's not a top five. I was just saying, name your.
Favorite. I like Grinding with Lil Wayne and Drake. I like Believe Me with Lil Wayne and Drake. I like Used To with Lil Wayne and Drake as well.
Right above it?
I got right above it. I got right above it. Miss Me. I'm On One.
Yeah.
And
yes.
I like Gonorrhea as well.
I like Gonorrhea too. Money to Blow and For My Town I also like slipped on.
And I like She Will.
I gotta put Uptown in there, and I'm Going In. That was like my
Gotta put I'm Single in there when I'm single.
But Drake not on there.
Money to Blow might be their best one though, bro.
I don't know why he's listed as a feature on I'm Single, but he's not on there. He must have wrote the chorus or something. I don't know. Because to this day it says I'm Single featuring Drake, and I'm like, I don't hear Drake on this at all.
We're doing top five. I'm sorry, or is it? What is
he just naming them? It was
a favorite Drake and Lil Wayne song.
Favorite?
Yes.
It's hard. Gotta be a top five.
What?
Truffle Butter. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
That's the worst one.
I'm not doing top five because it really don't have nothing to do with nothing. I mean, well, Drake's birthday is this weekend. I guess we could do this, but I was gonna do my top five was gonna be your favorite songs featuring Ty Dolla Sign. Top five, because his album dropped at midnight.
Top five. I like that.
My favorite Drake and Wayne song is Hyper.
Good going. There's not really that many bad ones, or just might not have no replay value.
He said favorite Ty Dolla Sign feature.
It's probably Hyper. But
Dolla Sign.
Believe It is fine because of that episode they played in Power. I don't know what season it was on, but that joint was fun. That's when I was.
Oh, I found one. I like this song.
I got my top five Ty Dolla already.
Is it his songs or is it songs featuring him?
Features. You said features.
No, I did. That's what I'm saying.
Pay attention.
What? How you tell me pay attention? I said it.
Yeah, pay attention.
I was gonna stop playing with me, bro.
Y'all want me to go?
No. All right, I'm ready. Y'all go ahead. Pop it off. Pop it off.
I'm going to go first since he's been ready the longest.
Okay, my two honorable mentions are from projects that dropped this year. One, Body Language off Detroit 2 with Big Sean and Jhené Aiko. Another honorable mention off Lil Keys' album Trapped on Cleveland 3, Don't Stop. Get a bad, don't stop. Starting my top five, It's a Vibe. Off Pretty Girls Like Trap Music, 2 Chainz, Trey Songz, Jhené Aiko, and Ty Dolla Sign. Number 4, Real Friends off The Life of Pablo with Kanye West. Number 3, Backseat with Roddy Ricch off Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial. Number 2, Back to Winning off Fly Times Volume 1, The Good Fly Young with Khalifa. And then number 1, song that blew up this year off TikTok, Something New off Rolling Papers 2 with Khalifa, Ty Dolla Sign. That's my top five.
We back.
There you go. You back. We good.
Nah, they fake. We good. The stock going up, making all the right moves.
All right, Johnny Mars, what you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. You ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I had to think about. All right, my number one. No, let me go number 5. I do got an honorable mention. It's a vibe. That's a great song. That's my honorable mention. Number 5, Body Language with Janae Aiko and Big Sean. Great song. My number 4 is Back to Winning. I love Wiz Khalifa. So it's I love Wiz.
Yes, sir.
Number 3, I got Real Friends. That's a great song on the Life of Pablo. It is. Number 2, Wouldn't Leave. Also another Kanye collab. With I think it has somebody else. If it's just them two, yeah, Charlie Wilson. Yeah, that goes crazy. And then number 1 is After Dark with Drake. Like that's it. Like that's the song right there. So
JB, where you at?
that's my top 5.
You ready? You on mute, cuz.
Those are all charting
I'm
songs on Billboard.
You need me to go? You ready?
Now I'm ready.
You got it.
So I'm gonna start from 1 to 5. So number 1 for me would be, let me see, Play No Games by Big Sean featuring Ty Dolla Sign.
That off my list.
I also gotta say It's a Vibe is number 2. I will put Backseat 3, Body Language 4. And then for my 5th, I would have to say She Don't by LMA.
Got you. All right. I have 4 honorable mentions. I had to do some digging. Honorable mention, I got Up on the Wall by The Game from the documentary 2.5. I have Single Again by Big Sean, that single I released. I have Lit by Wiz Khalifa from Khalifa, the 2016 project. I also had my last honorable mention is Scared of the Dark off of the Into the Spider-Verse soundtrack with Lil Wayne and XXXTentacion. Number 5, I have Wouldn't Leave off of Kanye Ye album. Number 4, I have Real Friends off of The Life of Pablo. Number 3, I have Blessings by Chance the Rapper from Coloring Book. Number 2, I have Jam by Kevin Gates from Isla. And number 1, I have Sorry Mama by YG from My Crazy Life.
It's crazy. I got a song that nobody has, and I appreciate that. All right, but my honorable mentions. I actually just started liking this song today, and after watching the video yesterday at John House, hit different. I didn't like it at first, but I actually kind of like it now more. I got Love Jones featuring Ty Dolla Sign by YG. I got Banger by Wiz Khalifa featuring Ty Dolla Sign. I got
28 grams.
Yeah, that was my 28 grand. Yeah. I got Jam by Kevin Gates as one of my honorable mentions. And then I have I have Blessings by Chance the Rapper featuring Ty Dolla Sign and Rari and BJ the Chicago Kid as an honorable mention. And last but not least, Real Friends is an honorable mention because y'all named a lot of songs I didn't even think about. So my top 5, I have number 5, Post Malone featuring Ty Dolla Sign, Psycho. I love that song. I love Ty Dolla Sign verse on that song. Number 4, I got Play No Games by Big Sean featuring Chris Brown and Ty Dolla Sign. Number 3, I got Backseat by Roddy Ricch featuring Ty Dolla Sign. Number 2, I have a collab. I don't know whose song it is, but On the Way by Khalid Black and Ty Dolla Sign. I don't know if you ever heard the song, but yeah.
Yeah, Black and
put it in driving outside. I be on the way.
Khalid's song.
Oh, that's Khalid's song. So yeah, I like that song. And number 1, you know who birthday coming up. I have Drake, Jaded, featuring Ty Dolla Sign.
He was on that
I
song.
know Ty Dolla Sign was on that song. Yeah, I didn't know that.
He's on that song.
I totally didn't know that.
He's on that song.
What part of the song he on?
He wrote on the song.
Back around. That's him.
Yeah, and he on the chorus too. So when he be like Jaded, that's him. All the high notes is him. And he wrote it.
Pick up, man. Good pick up, man. Good pick up.
Bruh,
that's a great pickup music, man. Don't play it. You don't gotta play it.
No, I'm just saying. Go to G. Verse 1, Drake and Ty Dolla Sign. It's both.
I didn't know that. Well, yeah, that would definitely been in my top 5.
Okay, no, that's hard. Yeah,
yeah.
Because when you said After Dark, I was like, damn, is it After Dark? I thought he was on Jaded. I had to go back and listen. And I was like, he is on this. I hear him.
Well, I know they for sure listed his feature on After Dark.
Yeah, they've listed on that. Jaded was like,
right on this side, right on this side.
Yeah, Jade is number 1. I didn't for sure.
Now that'd be my number 2. Sorry, Sorry Mama from that first YG album goes stupid.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mama. That's the one you on?
Nah.
Oh, that's the 4 one. I said I'm sorry, mama.
Said, you gonna treat me like this, and you know I have seizures. You know I take headaches and fevers.
Yeah.
YG best album to this day. Classic album. Classic album.
Classic.
Is there any news breaking? Is that a podcast?
Yes. While we on music, Playboy Cardi will reportedly be featured on Lil Key's deluxe album.
I just hope
has Playboy Cardi missed his window? I say yes.
Yes.
I say yes. I think that Drake feature he did wasn't all that either. Off the whatever that was, that care package. I don't know what it was. Whatever Drake.
Dark Lane Demo.
Yeah,
I think that song was a lot let down, but I think a lot of people slept on At Me.
At Me's not that bad.
I'm geeked up. Yeah.
I definitely think he missed his window, and at this point it's anticipation, but I'm not sitting around waiting on it no more.
Right. The leaks don't mean as much.
A whole lot of leaks.
He let Uzi punk him out. I don't really feel it no more.
Go ahead, bro.
Is there any news breaking? Are we good? Is that a podcast?
Podcast.
Jalen about to go to sleep, boy. You know he got a bedtime.
Look at his eyes.
Man, I'm really taking care of kids and working all day.
King Von album next Friday. Looking forward to that as well. And this will conclude episode 78 of the PACT Live podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're available to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and YouTube. Follow us on Apple Podcast. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at PACT Live Pod or PACT Live Podcast. Beside me, we got my cousin, Mr. Damon Geis.
Be on the lookout for Every Yards Matters first episode of the podcast coming out with my boy Brew. Be on the lookout for that.
Finally, we got Mr. Johnny Mars. Let me full screen on. He about to say something profound. Let's get it.
I'm not finna say nothing profound. But I was watching the debate that was happening during the filming of this podcast. And if it taught you nothing else, please go out and vote. There are 2 weeks left in the early voting process. So please make sure you cast your vote, let your voice be heard, and don't be a square and vote for the person we know you're not supposed to vote for.
Or Kanye.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Please don't vote for Kanye, bro. Please.
Diagonally, we got my boy JB, Jalen Benjamin.
You know, man. Always great to be here, man. Go pick up your new merch. You know what I'm saying? Website is up, revamped. Go check it out. PACTbrand.net.
And last but not least, we got my brother, Mr. Carter.
Cutthroat. No, actually, not a cutthroat. I just want to say one more time, shout out to my brother for all the big things he's doing. I'm gonna go ahead and dedicate my outro to him. Keep up the good work, man. The family's proud of you, the gang proud of you, everybody proud of you. Keep up the good work. Keep making them proud. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing. Cutthroat. That's all I want to say.
Appreciate that. Yes. And I am your host, Bruiser Carter. Thank you for tuning in. Rock with us. 78 episodes, and we're 22 episodes away from a hunch show. When we get to a hunch, I don't know what we're gonna do. We might throw a party on them.
We're gonna give away some shirts.
Hey, we're gonna be in person.
Not many shirts. We're gonna give away some shirts though.
We're gonna
a few shirts.
It's on some now.
Throw a little 100th episode party or something.
We're gonna be in person for the 100th episode. Like it ain't being virtual.
Yeah, we're gonna have to with social distancing.
Oh, facts for sure. They're gonna be the budget going up. I see you're gonna have to dip into that PACT brand budget, huh? And we out of here.